Welcome, everybody, to another Friday episode of The Bit, recorded live. If you're going to be hearing this not on Friday, more than likely, but if you are here live, happy Friday, everybody. Happy October 17th. Connor, how you doing?
Yo! Yeah, you will be hearing this sometime between now and fucking hopefully Sunday, but if I forget, I forget.
If I forget, I forget, baby.
Sue me, please, sue me.
You know what we should do? We should release one episode that's like the shiny episode. Like one every 2,000 episodes is a shiny one. Yeah.
That's crazy. Well, we gotta get to 2,000 first. We're only on 33.
That's almost the same as 2,000 if you skip a few.
True. If you skip a few, it is basically 2,000 if you close your eyes.
If you add up the digits, we're actually way higher than that. 2,000.
If you
close
that's only one eye and put out your thumb, you can kind of see the 2,000.
You think that's true about mushroom clouds? Where you're like, if you can cover it with your thumb and close one eye, like you're safe from the fallout. But if you can see it past your thumb, you're still gonna die.
Oh no, I think you just die.
Because that's what they say. The safe distance, you can gauge it by like, if you close an eye and like put your thumb in front of it and it covers the whole cloud, you're okay.
Well, no. That's what Fallout says.
Well, I assume that they said that Fallout is saying that because that's like a scientific thing that they say.
You're
I
gonna
assume
be
they didn't
cooked
like
by the radiation. No, you're gonna be cooked by the radiation, and then these days the nuclear bombs are so strong, you're probably just gonna be like evaporated. You're gonna be a little chalk outline pancake on the. You're gonna be a blast.
Oh, I see. So you probably can't do that then, the thumb thing. That's like that's no good.
Probably not happening. Yeah, you're probably dead.
Oh. Well,
you're probably dying. You're probably so dead you didn't even realize you died because you're probably literally evaporated.
You think? Well, it's got to fall off at some point. Otherwise, the whole world would be gone. Because we like dropped a couple of those in Japan already, right? So,
well, again, those were the first ever.
How far?
So we can't compare the bombs from Japan to what we have now, because the ones we have now are what they say like 1,000 times stronger than the ones that were in Japan. Like the ones that we
1,000.
Probably more than 100.
Oh my god! Wait, 1,000's like a lot. That's like quite big. Oh my god. Well,
so the ones that were dropped in Japan were around 15 to 20 kilotons. The ones we have now,
20. Okay.
The ones we have now are multiple hundreds or even thousands of kilotons, or even megatons. So I imagine a megaton's like 1,000 kilotons or whatever.
Oh, like megabytes and kilobytes?
I don't know. I don't know what the... But like, if you compare 15 to 20 to multiple hundreds or even megatons, then I think we understand what we dropped on Japan wasn't shit compared to what we have now. Actively.
Right. Like, I see. So what was once the land of the rising sun twice is more now like the land of the nightlight. Like, if we were to drop today now, do that with now, it'd be way worse, way bigger.
I think they said if a nuclear bomb was dropped in Dallas, Texas, it would span, like fallout would span like all the way to like possibly the coast.
Wow.
With like air travel and stuff and all the like winds and all that. Now I'm not a fucking nuclear scientist, so fucking eat my ass. I could be wrong, but like,
sure,
you know what I mean? It's not. We're not. The bombs dropped on the two cities in Japan are like quarters and dimes compared to like, you know, a gold bar.
Sure. I love that, by the way. It's like, I could be wrong, but you know, like, fuck you. The feminine urge to spread misinformation.
1,000 kilotons equals 1 megaton. So, I mean, if we have bombs that are megatons, yeah, it's a bit more than 50% more. You know what I mean? It's a little
bigger.
It's a
yeah.
little stronger.
It's just a smidge over that line. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Devastating.
kind of tight, actually, that we have that. That's kind of
Well,
sick. But it's also very bad.
Like the nuclear bomb stuff, the scary part isn't like the bomb part. Sure, like the bomb part's going to explode or whatever, but it's the fallout, the radiation that stays and travels via the water systems and the air.
So true.
So you're talking like just devastation on like massive scales. Then you gotta think all the states around the state that was bombed is probably fucked too. Like you have a huge swath of land that's useless and dead people everywhere. Like, not good.
Well, yeah. Oh, that's a fun thought. Which state do you think would be the least important to lose? Like, if we lost this state, which one is like, we're fine?
Gotta pull up a map.
You think it'd be like a low stakes one like Wyoming or like a bad one like Florida?
I think losing...
Like if a nuke went off and it only took out one state, there's no fallout. You were guaranteed just one gets Thanos snapped away. Which state is like the least important?
Well, you don't want anything in the central U.S. because that's where the other nuclear silos are. So if one of those got hit, I imagine then multiple nukes go off. Maybe like Montana. Who the fuck's like Montana, Minnesota, maybe Wisconsin. Wow. I mean, Wisconsin? The Democratic Party takes a big hit, but like, and anything else going on.
Can we afford to lose the cheese capital of Earth?
I mean, Rhode Island then. But I think if Rhode Island gets taken out, there's other places that get taken out with it. You know what I mean?
Sure. I'm down for a Rhode Island answer. That's tight. Delaware, maybe? Does anyone give a fuck about Delaware for real?
What's Delaware even known for?
Yeah, exactly. Washington crossed at one time.
Yeah, I mean, sacrifice the first state, you know? Oh, well. Like, what are we missing?
Nothing. Zero. Just not shit there at all.
Well, it is the global leader in incorporating businesses. I don't know why they're a global leader in that, but
Delaware? The global leader?
Business
on
incorporation it is the global leader for incorporating businesses with a large percentage of US public companies incorporated there. Probably because of some type of tax law, I imagine.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Or something to do with it being the first state, something.
Because there's no sales tax in Delaware.
Yeah, but multiple states have no sales tax.
That's true.
That doesn't make it. That wouldn't be the only reason why it would be we're talking about global leader.
The planet. Yeah, not the country, the planet. That's tough.
But I mean, who knows? These are just like...
I think we could lose Florida and be okay.
A lot of rich people die with that, though. I don't know. Do we need them?
No. But like, think of every like Florida man headline you've ever seen. That's got to put Florida in the running to get cut off, right?
I mean, I don't hate the idea. You know what I mean? I think we've lived with Florida long enough.
Like, we could shortlist Florida and be okay. We can like, it's staying for consideration. The second round of interviews. Like,
yeah, or Alabama. There's nothing going on there. Mississippi, nothing going on there. Arkansas, nothing going on there. Tennessee. We probably keep
Louisiana for the food, I think.
Actually, we just drop it on the tri-state Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee line, just right there in the middle where they all intersect. Just knock them out. You know what I mean?
Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee.
What's going on there? Nothing good.
Mississippi, we can lose. Alabama, we can lose. Tennessee is kind of they have like Nashville, and it's kind of a cultural center, but
cultural center for dating your sister, I guess. But like, like what else they got going on? What else do they have other than incest going on in Tennessee?
They're like a big music state. Tennessee. The Carnegie Hall is in like Nashville, right? Am I done?
Tennessee is known for its rich heritage, particularly country and blues. We could lose the country. We don't need country music. We could take that off the map and be all right.
Though.
Austin has a good blues scene. There's blues everywhere. You know what I mean? If Tennessee being taken off the map now isn't going to kill blues, you know what I mean?
Imagine it did. That'd be crazy. Or would it fuel blues to get better because we've like given them another reason to like make more blues music? You know what I mean?
Just make them sadder, so then they make better music.
Yeah, wait, maybe nuking Tennessee would be great culturally.
Yeah, I think that's the vibe. You just hit the tri-state area, just fucking bam.
That's an interesting one. That's a new question. Not which would be the least important state to lose, which would be the most hopeful one to blow up. Which one do we stand to gain the most from losing?
Fucking probably Colorado, really, if we're thinking about it. What most unhinged shit's going on? Utah or Colorado, to be so
Utah for sure we lose, right?
Yeah.
Gotta be.
Utah, all we lose is like people coming to our doors asking us if we want to like meet Jesus or whatever.
Yeah.
We give them what they want already, which is let them meet Jesus in mass. We do that. And then, bam, problem solved.
That is true.
Or Nevada. It's just a fucking desert. Like, no one cares. And then all the fucking sewer people are going to be tight and okay. So it's not like they're going to be hurt.
Where does the gathering of the Juggalos happen? Is that Iowa?
It sounds like it would be West Virginia, fucking somewhere over there. Vermont, maybe. Indiana, Michigan, Ohio. Kentucky, maybe.
Kentucky. It's like Iowa or something like that, I think.
Iowa
or Illinois.
Iowa seems too cold for them.
Okay, so if you remember, this might be new information for the people that are listening right now, but you surely have heard the story about 100 times. But if you recall, me and my friend Tank back in the day in like 2012 got Juggalo book taken down.
Yeah, I've heard this story a billion times.
Yeah. When we were looking into that, I know that Gathering of the Juggalos at the time was happening in Illinois. And I just Googled it right now to find the history of locations. After that year, this is so funny. After that year, they stopped doing Illinois. No longer. In fact, they moved to Ohio and then Oklahoma and then India. Not India, Indiana. Excuse me. I said India. That's a different place. I meant Indiana. The Gathering of the Juggalos does not happen in India. Misinformation.
All eyes point to Gupta.
Oh my God, not Sun. Not again. Oh no.
He's actually an inside Juggalo getting...
He's a spy for the Juggalos? I'm getting counterintelligenced? Oh, fuck. Yeah, Ohio, Oklahoma, Indiana are the current locational settings for the Gathering of the Juggalos annual event.
I think we can get rid of Indiana.
Yeah.
I think Indiana can be sacked. For sure.
Sure.
I mean, also, like, what's going on in Alaska? You know what I mean? No one gives a fuck about Alaska. It's just water. You just ice. We have enough
Surely
ice.
They have a reason to be something. Do they make... That's where our oil's at, maybe? What happens in Alaska exactly? I don't know. I just saw that vampire movie where it was like night for 100 years. What's that vampire movie in Alaska where like the sun goes down? I don't think
they're allowed to drill in Alaska.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Fuck. Yeah, there was some goofy ass horror movie where like they had to live until the sun came up to kill the vampires, but because they were in Alaska, night was like 6 months.
Let's see. Industry, fishing, adventure tourism.
We like fishing.
Significant economy based on abundant natural gas, oil,
natural gas.
Minerals.
Oh yeah, oil. Yeah, Alaska's pretty helpful, I think. 30 Days of Night, that's the movie. Yeah, that's the... Yeah. 30 Days of Night's the one.
Yeah, but hear me out. We can just get oil anywhere. Like, oil is everywhere. We don't need Alaska just for oil. And if we bomb Alaska, right, we flatten it, make it easier for oil extraction. Yeah.
Oh, I see. You're saying you just glass the place, and then it becomes like
Just
a
glass
Minecraft
it.
flat world where we can just get the oil.
Yeah. 2 birds, 1 stone. We sacrifice a place that no one gives a fuck about. We also get to extract its barren wasteland for resources.
Wait, but the polar bears?
They're fucking... Polar bears are either autistic or fucking dying out anyway. They're fine. Or
oh my God.
not Down syndrome, right? No, those are white tigers that have Down syndrome. Never mind.
What in the fuck?
Totally.
What?
White tigers in zoos were inbred so bad they have Down syndrome. This isn't a bit. This is for real. Look it up. Google it.
You're being so completely serious.
White tigers inbred.
First of all, I want you to know the funny part wasn't that you were saying that. The funny part is that in an attempt to think of that, you actually just said that polar bears were autistic, and that's incredible. That's very funny.
No, I'm just spreading false information.
Yeah,
Joe,
the feminine urge to
frogs are
spread
gay.
misinformation. True.
Well, I look back to our forefathers of spreading information. Every podcast spreads information. Like, look, if we're gonna be out there with the big guys, the big players, we have to spread information. We have to stand on business.
That's true. That is true. It is kind of the ecosystem, isn't it? It is a bit the ecosystem we live in. So you're telling me, if I'm understanding this correctly,
Yeah.
white tigers have Down syndrome because we inbred them like crazy.
White tigers, if you could imagine, 100% true. Don't Google it. Just believe me.
Oh, okay.
Down syndrome for real. Yeah, Down syndrome the fuck out. You know what I mean? No, they have a lot of health problems. If you know, cutting the misinformation, they have a lot of health problems. But I don't think
they don't have
Down syndrome's one of them. No.
Oh, okay.
No,
if they did have Down syndrome, would it be cuter or not as cute?
Probably cuter, I imagine. But so they have a lot of, because they have been inbred, they have a lot of genetic defects. There's a lot of spinal problems, scoliosis, for instance. They don't live as long as normal tigers. They have weakened immune system, cross eyes or vision problems. They have cleft palates and neurological disorders of all kinds.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So the inbreeding part is true. They have a lot of issues, not Down syndrome, though. Though I think that cleft palate, though, if we think about it, it's like Down syndrome light. That's like...
that. It's when you don't pay for the battle pass in Down syndrome.
Yeah.
I see.
Now, if you want Downs plus, then...
Cleft palate is like... It's when this thing's all fucked up, right? Audio listeners, I'm gesturing to the part of the upper lip that's under your nose.
The mouth.
I feel like a cleft palate is like specifically like directly under your nostrils or whatever, no? Is the roof of your mouth? Oh yeah, it is the roof of your mouth, and it can affect the like top of your lip. I see. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's why they look derpy.
Have you ever considered that like that your entire digestive tract is actually just like the outside of you on the inside, like a donut? We talked about this the other day, but I want to reposition that for like the audio listeners in chat. There's like medical basis for the idea that like when you eat food, it's not in you, it's on you, because your stomach is like the center of a hole that runs through you like a donut hole, but like you're a really long donut. You're just like a really like a straw, but if a straw like wrapped
the outside into donut, the inside. I would say like Sour Patch Kid or something, or like a Sour Patch straw. Not like a donut.
Yeah, like a Sour Patch straw, yeah.
It's more like a churro, really.
Yeah, people are just churros when you think about it. Sounds about right.
Just a churro inside a donut without a hole.
But it does have a hole.
Some donuts don't have holes.
I mean, humans, though.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's why the churro's wrapped around...
Yeah,
right, yeah. The dough's wrapped around the churro because there's a hole going through it.
Yeah, right. So that's like kind of fun to think about. That like when you eat, things are actually just falling through you very slowly. That's tight. It's kind of like when I learned
we're just caterpillars.
Oh, good. Well, it's funny you say that because I was gonna say it
With
reminded
legs.
me of like when I learned that we actually have just like a bunch of bugs living on our skin and our face, and like they're so small we don't really notice. But like people who have really bad acne have less bugs
Yeah,
because the bugs eat the oil and then it clogs your pores.
So this image.
So if you had more bugs, you'd have clearer skin. So like consider that, I guess. More face bugs, less acne. yeah, I did see that. I did see that image of that tiger. Yeah, audio listeners, I'm looking at an image of a tiger.
Cleft palate, cross eyes, and the issue is white tigers aren't bred normally. It's just they're bred for the genetic defect of being white. So it's not like they're not being bred because they're naturally occurring in the world normally and there's like a big pack of them. They're breeding specifically these genetically defective creatures for like people to come in and watch them like walk around, and they can barely survive on their own.
I see.
Without human intervention.
Well, I mean, they were just white tigers in the wild originally, right? And then we started breeding them to like make that genetic mutation like constant.
Very few, because
right,
again, the genetic defect didn't happen all the time, and because we inbred the very few there were, they then were like, okay, we're gonna have scoliosis now, cross-eyed, organ failure.
Like we tried really hard to like breed shinies. We were doing shiny breeding in real life. We Pokemon.
Yeah, it's like if Pal World had a chance for you to breed the thing that Ed and Al made in Fullmetal Alchemist. There was like a chance that you just breed like a pile of fucking bones and skin on the ground that like can kind of speak a little bit.
Yeah, Nina.
Yeah. No. Their mom. The story. So the whole story of Fullmetal Alchemist is.
Oh, I thought you meant Nina when she gets like fused with the dog.
No. So the show starts off with Ed and Al trying to bring their mom back because she dies.
Yeah.
Al loses his body, Ed loses his hand and his arm and leg, and then what they create isn't their mom, but like a glob.
Well, the Ed and Al create, not the
skin and like it's they ended up creating a homunculus later on. It kind of transforms into a homunculus, but in that moment, it's like a congealed mess of just bone and flesh.
Right. Yeah. No, because you said the thing that Ed and Al make.
Yeah, Ed and Al don't make Nina.
No, they don't make Nina. That's Tucker that makes. Yeah.
The Sewing Life Alchemist.
Yeah, that's old Papa Tucker that makes Nina into a weird dog thing.
He stayed true to his name. He did sew life into something new, but it was an abomination.
That's very funny. That's a good joke. Yeah, he did. Well, when you say abomination,
that was his title. Well, it was an abomination. He was the Sewing Life Alchemist. He creates he creates chimeras. That was his big thing. So then he's under pressure from the state to create a new chimera that won't kill itself, because every other chimera he's made up to that point, they like starve themselves and die. And so he's like, fuck, I need to make something fast. Then he's like, tight, my daughter and my dog will do good. Spoilers for the 20-year-old anime. Hopefully no one's flabbergasted by the mental bombshells I've dropped just now. So he, to retain his title as a Sewing Life Alchemist and stay as a state certified alchemy guy, he then transmutes his daughter into their dog and creates a fucking monster who then refuses to eat and like is not doing good. So Ed and Al like put her down. I think she either dies or they put her down. I think they put her down. It's been like years since I watched it. But
Sure.
Big fan of the show.
Kids in China,
Rest in peace.
Yeah. That is what you have to do with them sometimes.
Well, you know what they say.
Gotta catch them all.
Big brother.
Oh, true. Yeah, true. Yeah, well, when you're right, you're right. I remember back in the day, like, because I was in high school right when like that was like at its peak popularity. I feel when I was like really popping. My favorite thing was to make Nina jokes and just watch the weebs fucking cry about it. I love that shit so much. That was the best. Because boy, they took
Yeah,
that real serious. Like that was their D-Day.
that was
Yeah,
the worst thing to happen in anime in a while, I think, in that
yeah,
scene.
yeah. In the
Well,
popular, hmm
because I guess it wouldn't have been bad unless what happened, which was we had 2 episodes of her and the dog and them being there learning from the sky, and it wouldn't have hit as hard if they wouldn't have had those 2 episodes. And
yeah,
then we have those episodes, then the whole shift changes and the mood changes and the whole like because like the anime is very like action adventure fantasy with comedy. There's a lot of comedy in FMA, but it's very also dark in some places, and so you're not expecting it to go that way with like the daughter and the dog. It's like, oh fuck, like if it's your
yeah,
first time watching it and that scene
yeah,
comes up, you're like, man, they killed our boy, now they're doing this to the man,
yeah.
you know.
It's. Do you feel like? Do you remember we talked about this the other day with Transformers, and we were saying that like in the writers' room they weren't trying to tell a Transformers story; they were trying to tell a boy in his car story or whatever.
Well, yeah, that's true. Like Steven Spielberg did say
Yeah,
that. What's the connection?
yeah. Do you ever feel that like Full Metal Alchemist, like on the one hand it looks the way it is, but actually the story they're telling is like a right wing awakening to realize that like it's better to like not be right wing. Like it's they're
Oh,
like
interesting.
yeah, where they're like, hey, yeah, being state alchemist is tight, but then the state alchemists are like literally Nazis under the Fuhrer, and they're like killing anime Israel or whatever the anime Jews, Shambhala or whatever their name is. And then over the course of the anime, they're like, wow, being a state alchemist is like not so tight. The Fuhrer is like a bad guy. We should probably stop this guy.
Well, from like the top level, yeah, but then it goes into like shadow governments and like people not
Yeah.
being who you suspect them being. I actually think it's more of a combination of the country you serve might not or could be as bad as the people you fear. So, like for instance, we're always talking about Germany here in the U.S., but in a lot of ways, things you can draw a lot of conclusions to like the past to now. There's a lot of
Yeah.
like fascism going on. So
Yeah.
I always like watching it and actually rewatching it recently, just a couple episodes of it. It made me draw a lot of conclusions to like, yeah, man, that's
Right.
like you
Yeah.
can kind of be the enemy that you're trying to think you're fighting against. I just kind of think of
Yeah.
like the Iraq war, right? When we're told like
Oh,
weapons of mass
interesting. Iraq.
destruction, we go in and there's no weapons of mass destruction. We were actually there
No.
for a totally different purpose. That's kind
Yeah.
of where I always drew the line for FMA because they were
Sure.
told like Shambhala is this like place where these terrorists, these people need to be put down or whatever because they're evil, and then they realize like, oh fuck, actually they probably weren't evil. They were just poor people who needed money and like food and shit.
Well, yeah.
So, oh, and like they're poor, so they're dogs. There's a lot of rhetoric. It's like,
Well, yes.
current administration kind of watched FMA and we're like, oh, we could take some points.
Well, yeah. Well,
you know?
yeah. I mean, yeah, they were following a particular line of rhetoric from the
Yeah.
1940s, if you could imagine.
Yeah. Well, no, I know that, but I'm just saying, I see that,
The
but
audio listeners.
I see the connection there, and that's not lost on me. I just see
Yeah.
also I'm just talking about the current time.
No, like
And
for the audio listeners,
yeah.
But yeah.
I see the current time, and it's like, oh fuck, it's things are hitting a little home. Things are hitting a little home too close.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's a little real.
if anything, I think it's a
Yeah. Yeah. It's a little real, eh? A little unfortunately close to the existence we have now at the moment, currently, which feels Not crazy about that, but it is what it is. I'm not like thrilled for that to be the case, but
Oh my goodness.
can't stop it. Well, what could be more appropriate for Halloween, you know? The true spooky season. America becomes the villain. That's the spookiest thing that could happen.
Did you catch whatever went across the screen just now in chat? Or
across the screen in chat?
Oh, weird.
I didn't see anything.
There's like a pop-up. It went away. All right, whatever.
Yeah, I didn't see it. Odd.
Oh, well.
Well, you know, sometimes Twitch just be saying stuff. They just be doing shit.
Oh, you resubbed with Prime and it didn't show up. That's what happened. Okay. Yeah, you know when someone resubs but it doesn't
yeah,
the thing doesn't go off. I was seeing that the goal hit, like the sub goal hit, but it didn't like pop up that like
I see.
resub.
Yeah.
So that was the chat thing. I was like, what the fuck's happening right now? The hell?
That's so funny. Well, you know, sometimes just be like that. Sometimes pop-ups be showing up.
Yeah.
Twitch is kind of a funny thing like that.
I will say, you know, it is kind of tough that like anime doesn't hit, because I feel like Fullmetal Alchemist really hit all the boxes. It really had really great animation. It had like a good story, good voice acting. I mean, the English voice acting is always going to be hit or miss for a lot of people, but I thought it was really good. And it just sucks that like you can see animation these days and like I don't know about you. I know you're not a huge anime head to begin with.
Not a big anime guy.
I get turned off when it's a show. I'll give movies precedent for this, but when it's a show and we're looking at animation, hand-drawn animation or whatever, and then it just instantly cuts to a CGI scene.
I hate that. Don't like that at all.
Actively like CGI, and it has that like you might know what I'm talking about. CGI has that like shine to it, that like shine that sticks
it's like
out,
plasticky.
Like plasticky, and especially when they do CGI backgrounds with characters that aren't CGI, you fucking notice it a lot.
It's awful. I hate it.
It's awful. Yeah. And man,
the other way is not much better, but like it is bad. Like when CGI characters on a flat background, that shit's also very bad.
With movies, I'll give them a pass just because they have to, if they want to make something very high def, they need to have that fidelity to do that. So I'll give them credit for that. But like in a show, I'm not expecting something to be that like plasticky and fake feeling. It just pulls me right out of the show. And I was watching a show recently that did that, and it really. Well, Code Lyoko was all CGI anyway. That's just a CGI show in general.
It looked bad though. Looked plasticky though.
Well, yeah, but like that's not what I'm talking about though.
But Code Lyoko,
because like Reboot was also that way. You know, Beast Wars was also that way because they were just CGI. They're meant to be.
But Code Lyoko was like half drawn, half CGI. I feel like that's exactly what you're talking about. No. It was only CGI when they were in the computer.
Computer, yeah,
and then when they leave the computer, there's like normal looking.
That's fine though, because that's a shift. It's like they're meaning to do that on purpose. It's supposed to look different or feel different. You know what I mean? Like different reality, different feel.
But you mean on the screen at the literal same time, only exclusively?
Well, I mean like
anime, not just
I'm you know what I mean? I'm watching a show and we're in the same area, but they've done it up in CGI for a big like battle sequence that's easier to edit in CGI than just create the slide sport in their animation style.
Yeah.
Code Lyoko's doing that as a I'm a notorious. I liked Code Lyoko, so I thought it was interesting when I was younger. So I think they're doing that more as like an aesthetic choice, which is fine because they're going from one world to another. But like if we're talking about like Transformers Energon, for instance, fucking terrible.
Oh, I see.
Transformers Cybertron, fucking terrible. Zoids was fine because Zoids was a little different. Look up Transformers Energon and Cybertron, and you understand the problem that Energon and Cybertron had. The first Zoid show was fine for me. I'm not that big on Zoids, so I don't know. I'm not too deep in the knowledge on Zoids, but the first show was fine for me.
Zoids, it was like drawn everything except for like vehicles. Like the Zoids themselves were like the weird 3D plastic CG.
But they like worked fine. They like they didn't when you see the Transformers Energon and Cybertron shit, you'll understand what I mean. They're like blocky, they can't fucking move properly. It's bad. You know what I mean? Much better. When was the last time you watched Zoids
out of curiosity?
When I was like a kid, when the model kits were out.
I am looking at a clip right now of Transformers Energon.
Yeah.
I'm like watching a clip, and it's bad. Disgusting.
It's terrible.
However, it is exactly Zoids. It's 1-to-1. And I watched Zoids like a month ago. It's like the same.
So the problem is,
granted, I like Zoids. I just think it's hideous.
But here's the problem with the comparison to Transformers to Zoids are Transformers aren't Zoids and shouldn't look like Zoids or be in the same ballpark as Zoids. Zoids is its own thing.
I'm going to ask an insane question.
So that's my problem with it. As you know, I'm a consumer of the Transformers property. So the Transformers looking like that is asshole.
I'm not asking an insane question.
I don't expect Zoids to look any different than what it does now or back in the day from the first show. You know what I mean?
Is Optimus Prime in Transformers Energon? Is he a Megazord? Does he have like 5 little guys that make Optimus Prime?
Well, no. You see, because they had to do a gimmick in Energon, Cybertron, and all that, he combines with everybody. He has different combinations because it was too boring to then just have robots that fought.
Yeah, because I was looking at that thing I just sent you where he has like one like drill, like a yellow drill leg and a blue other leg. And in my head, I'm like, yeah, that's the Dino Megazord from Power Rangers, no? Like MMPR, like that's the Saber-tooth tiger and Triceratops, and he's got the.
Made a little diff because he has 2 different Transformers.
The arms the arms are not the Mastodon, I guess, but he's like a goofy Devastator, yeah.
Yeah. So again, Energon, Cybertron. So if you could imagine, right? Energon, Cybertron, Armada are supposed to be one series, cohesive series. That's what it was supposed to start as. But remember when I told you 3 different companies worked on that project? There were 3 different companies that worked on Cybertron, Armada. Armada came first. I think it was Cybertron, then Energon, or vice versa. So in between shows, not only did they change animation styles, but they also fucked up the colorization of certain characters and then named them the different characters that they weren't supposed to be.
Wait, what do you mean?
They fucked up the color. So they created. So again, they sent out these projects to be worked on by these different Asian companies, a couple Korean ones, a Japanese one, I think, production houses. And they didn't know what characters were what. So you have certain characters in the middle of the show, they change colors and become other characters. And they're called the same character because they don't know. There was a problem in the animation and they couldn't fix it. Was all outsourced, so they couldn't fix it. So they dubbed all the audio. They made the show, and then they realized, fuck, we messed up the colorization in certain things. We fucked a whole animation of characters up. So the continuity is fucked between all the shows. So in this thing where it's supposed to, so remember when I told you Energon, Cybertron, and Armada have this thing where Megatron becomes Megatron, and then he becomes Galvatron, and then the new show starts and he's Megatron again, just randomly. They've like power gapped him and he's gone back to being Megatron. It does that in every season.
Huh. I see. And they also tried to Power Rangers it a bit, huh? Like they did, like Dinosaur it out.
Well, they've always had combinations. They've had Devastator. They've had like
Disco Junkin to see you. Welcome in. What's up, homies?
the aerial bots used to transform into something. So like they've had combinations like this in the past. This isn't anything new, but this animation style is fucking atrocious. It's not really Power Rangers. Saying it, they tried to Power Ranger it up so a little different because the human characters were never important to begin with, and they have nothing to do with any of this.
Like they're not piloting Optimus or whatever, right?
No, because like so in Energon, they're trying to get like the cyber planet keys or something. There's like a whole, they've created all of these like different power sources they need to collect. It's all fucking stupid and dumb, and they try to do like a multiversal thing at the end. Again, this is the dark age of Transformers.
Sure.
It looks dark, and it is dark. It's bad.
I guess I have to ask this question because Junk brought it up. What's Rail Racer?
Don't forget Rail Racer.
What is that?
Hold on. I'm doing a quick Google search to remember what that is. Oh, Rail Racer. That's just a combination from the early 2000s Transformers animated. There's a bunch of trains that transformed into a robot called Rail Racer. It was their
it's a train combination that becomes a Rail Racer.
So there's a team. So Transformers Animated had they did something different with the Autobots and Decepticons. They were in teams. So you had Megatron, who had his Decepticons, and they worked in the Predacons. So there was a Shark, there was like some other guys, and he also had his Decepticons who weren't animals. And then Optimus and the team meet these children, and they have different teams. So they have the Rail team, which turns into Rail Racer, and then I think they had like a team of like first responder like emergency vehicles, and then they had ones where I believe they were like military vehicles. That actually might be the Decepticons might have had a team of military vehicles.
Okay, but like the tank.
The gimmick, the gimmick for Transformers Animated were there were teams, the sub teams on the Autobots and Decepticons that would transform into these bigger robots that would fight. That was like the whole like sitch for that. And then like Ultra Magnus and Optimus would transform into one like Ultra Optimus or whatever. Like it was very like combiner heavy. They call them combiners in WoW. Fucking in
WoW. Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah. How would you feel? And that's an interesting segue to a different question. How would you feel if WoW started doing collabs? Like, if Optimus Prime showed up in WoW, would that be tight because you like them both, or would it be not tight because, like, why the fuck is Optimus Prime in WoW? Like, who's the current big bad in WoW right now?
Oh, well, Xalatath. No,
like, what if Optimus Prime just showed up and, like, fucked him up?
I don't think WoW would ever do that. Now, we have had collabs with, like, Mountain Dew before or stuff like that, but it's, like, so like recently there was a collab with Mountain Dew for they made like a fell bike, like a for like warlocks. They had like a mount they could get, which was like a deep purple kind of like just like a bike, like a Harley, I guess, like a long handlebar Harley type vibe in the aesthetic of like warlocks. And then for the it wasn't a crossover, but it was just like a brand sponsorship thing. You could buy packs of Mountain Dew and acquire the green fell bike, which was green for Mountain Dew, but also fell. Like everything that WoW does for like a sponsorship thing with other brands, there's a connection for it in the game. So they don't do like, you're not gonna see Goku running around. There's not gonna be like a Mountain Dew can, you know what I mean? But because Mountain Dew
can would be incredible.
But because they do Mountain Dew's green, they'll do like a green fell bike, or I think there have been other crossovers like that in the past. They've done like jelly bean stuff.
Sure. But if it did happen though, would that fuck you up about it? Would you like not like Optimus Prime being in WoW? If homie
I
just
don't
like
think
showed
it
up
works for
like
WoW, no. But like
I
Mr.
see.
T, for instance, they did so for the Night Elves, for
Yeah, the Night
Mr.
Elf
T's
Mohawk, yeah.
collab, they did the Mohawk in game, so that's still in
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah. Chuck Norris
But
had one of those too, right? Or no?
yeah, Chuck Norris did.
I think like Ozzy and Mila Kunis had those commercials also. I don't know if they did an in-game thing for them or not.
Yeah, but I think Ozzy actually played. Ozzy actually played the game. I don't know if Mr. T and Chuck
I thought they
Norris
all
ever
did.
played. No. There's been a couple celebrities, but most of those were just like big celebrity deals. I don't think Mr. T was ever known for like playing WoW. It was just a celebrity thing.
Celebrities who play World of Warcraft. This is like a list you can Google. That's interesting. Apparently, Henry Cavill. We all knew that. Everyone knows. Everyone knows Henry Cavill's in
He's
there.
extensively talked about that. Yeah.
Dave Chappelle. Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Fascinating. Mr. T. Mila Kunis is on this list. Shout out Mila Kunis. Mila, what's up?
Well, no. So Mr. T didn't play the game. He was featured in like game commercials, but he's on record for not playing it. The list might be a little wrong. I promise he didn't play.
I'm fact checking. I'm double checking.
He's been on record as saying he does not play WoW. He was in the commercials though. That is truth to words.
See, interesting.
Yeah. I don't know shit about shit, but when it comes to WoW, I'm usually kind of bullseye or bullseye adjacent. But Mr. T did not play WoW.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, Mila Kunis has said openly that she played it, and she started getting into it when she was dating Macaulay Culkin, which is very funny.
Yeah,
which
no,
kind of
she's
implies
on
that
record.
Macaulay Culkin plays.
She's on record. Definitely Henry Cavill's talked about that
Yeah.
in Warhammer a lot.
Vin Diesel says he plays WoW. That's cool.
Yeah. William
Jamie Lee
Shatner,
Curtis?
Ash. Yeah. There's another one.
Angela
fuck.
Sarafia.
I think
Sarafian.
What's his face?
Robin Williams used to play. I didn't know that. Wow.
Didn't
Zac
Elon
Efron?
play? Elon played, I think, for a little bit.
Well, he probably hired somebody to play for him.
Yeah, I like Diablo.
Yeah. Rob Kaczynski plays? What the fuck? That's so odd.
Yeah, Robin Williams does have an in-game cameo in the actual game.
Yeah. Felicia Day, apparently a big WoW head, but that makes a lot of sense.
Well,
Like, she would.
I don't know if you know the lore of Felicia Day. She originally got big doing the show The Guild,
Yeah.
which was
no, I was
about-
there.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, frontline.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah. Mylan
that's
Starley, the
just-
whole thing. I was there.
That's just like a given. That whole
Yeah.
cast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Felicia Day.
Apparently both Jonathan Davis of Korn and Snoop Dogg of Snoop Dogg both play WoW, or so they say.
Yeah, I think Linkin Park did an interview where they were like, the reason they did BlizzCon was for their kids, because their kids were big into to WoW and Blizzard games, and they were asked to play BlizzCon. They're like, sure, yeah, our kids love it, and I think Mike Shinoda was like, yeah, my kids were giving me pointers on like what WoW is and everything.
That's tight. I can't believe this, although I do, but I can't, but I do. Apparently Ronda Rousey plays WoW, but specifically plays it like her and Vin Diesel are in a guild and they like raid together and shit.
Oh yeah, Ronda Rousey's talked about WoW. She said that
that's tight.
After big long breaks, it's hard for her to get back into training because she said she's serially like addicted to WoW. She's actually had multiple interviews talking about it. I think she plays mage. I think she's talked about playing a mage or a rogue.
That's tight. Travis Fimmel at some point is also in the movie as aiming. Yeah, I recognize his face.
Yeah, it's very funny.
Guy plays. Wow, tight.
Like WoW is just so like universal, right? And it kind of makes sense that these big actors would play a game like that, because I mean, they're sitting in their trailers for hours on end waiting for call or whatever. And when they're not reading scripts, what are they supposed to do? cheat on their wives or whatever, like, yeah, they're just probably just playing WoW.
I see Mr. T, Ozzy, and Chuck Norris were in those commercials, but did not play. Yeah,
No, it was a common misconception that they played because they were in a commercial. That was just so WoW had a big push when it became super mainstream, and that was one of the huge push that like pushed it even over the top because at the time those were like huge, like figureheads. But everyone always says like even Ozzy played. I'm like, guys. Ozzy didn't play. He was just funny. In commercials.
Mila Kunis was a frost mage, in fact. I just found out. Wow, good for her. Little frost mage, show me.
Yeah, she kind of gives frost mage energy.
I agree with that. I couldn't agree more.
Very funny.
Like, there are some things that, like, you just kind of, like, you read it and you're like, yeah, that's true. You know what I mean? Like, it's just immediately like, yeah.
Yeah, Vin Diesel gives me, like, Death Knight, like, Demon Hunter energy. He definitely seems like he just flips into combat and doesn't fucking think about it.
Graykos is Mila Kunis with a voice changer.
That's fucking hilarious, actually.
Who's Graykos?
Graykos is a guy in our guild. Graykos, aka BJ. Call him BJ.
Oh,
that's so funny. I kind of see it, actually. Fuck.
I kind of see it, actually, is diabolical.
I almost want to change his name in the guild Discord.
To Mila Kunis. Z, what's up, homie? How are you? Welcome in. What you got going on? That's very funny.
Appreciate the 22 check-ins, Z. Or 122 check-ins.
It is fascinating when, like, such recognizable people play a game that you play. Not that I play WoW, but, like, you do.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. It just kind of makes the whole, like, community even larger, right? Because, like, even we talk about Ian Hazzikostas all the time. He's a game director. He's, like, the top overhead of, like, all the game. He originally started off as a guy in a guild called Elitist Jerks. I'm sure you've heard of Elitist Jerks, just a website. It's a big WoW website. It used to be a big WoW reporting website. He first started off in the Elitist Jerks guild, helped them run their website, and then he got hired on to be, I think, the PvP or, I think he became the PvP designer for a while, and then he started designing encounters. And then he slowly worked his way up, and now he's like the head of WoW development.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So, like, a lot of people who are in the office now are people who have been fans, since the very beginning.
That's kind of cute. Love that, actually.
So that's pretty cool.
That is very fun. It's cool and cute when motherfuckers just be like, yeah, dude, I am a fucking MMA fighter, and also I catch Charmanders on the weekend, or whatever. I love that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool also that he kind of has because, like, for a long time, people would just blame him for, like, the state of WoW and everything, and he was actually able to do one of those big panels at, like, a dev panel at one of the conventions where they, like, talk about, like, development and stuff. He actually had, like, a good presentation made about, like, how the old guard that basically told him, hey, you can't do this, you can't change this, whenever you become game director, this has to stay the same. He talks about how the old guard that was leaving kind of left him in a place where, like, he had to follow their instructions, but also knew it was bad for the game potentially.
Oh, I see.
And, like, he then, gaining more power, has been able to change a lot of stuff that, like, wasn't working and kind of steer the direction. Because for a lot of expansions, WoW had this thing of, like, we talked about throwaway systems during, like, one movie night where WoW had, so in Pandaria, WoW had, like, a gardening system where you could plant herbs and, like, use them for stuff. And then the expansion after that, we had garrisons, which were like housing, but not. Sure. It was like proto housing. And all of these systems were built for one expansion. They were built to be thrown away during the next expansion. They did all this work to basically throw it away, and they knew they were going to. And as players, we were always like, what the fuck's going on? Why are they building these huge systems just to like throw them away? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And then later
Genshin
on,
famously does it all the time.
Well, Genshin might reuse systems from time to time, but like they were building these huge systems that can't be reused. They're just like stuck there in time, like in an expansion, stuck there, can't do anything with them. They're utterly useless after. And through different through Blizzard opening up and their people being able to talk more, then we learned from Ian that like, yeah, those were planned. And we realized building system on top of system that are just going to be thrown away, not only does it suck dev resources away from us, but we give you a worse product because we're just building the game for that expansion and not building it for like the expansion after. So not only is the game running worse, the code is more string bean fucking knotted up and we don't know what's going on, what changes, breaks what.
Yeah.
So it's just really interesting to see like from the standpoint of the people you think are like, oh, fucking ruining the game. But it's really like he inherited a shit game or a game that was in a shit state and he's having to fix a lot of it. Now, of course, he's going to make mistakes too. He's just a human being. But it's interesting that shift of like, okay, he inherited a lot of shit that he couldn't change. And now we're in a state we can finally like untangle some things. You know what I mean? It's really cool to kind of see that in real time.
That's fun. Yeah, I fuck with that.
Because the thing I can think of in recent memory, because you remember when the big auction house thing happened, and I had to explain to you how like basically it was 1-0 in the wrong like database. It wasn't deleting entries after the item sold. So it had billions of entries that were slowing down the auction house servers and crashing them.
Yeah.
And it was one thing that was changed somewhere else that they had to change over there to get this thing to work properly. And that's kind of the fun. But they did, what was really cool, they did a whole 2,000, 3,000 word post about it. And they explained everything that happened, which was really interesting. It was the first time.
Oh, that's cool.
Like the devs sat down and was like, we had this problem and here is why. And they actually explained like the back end causes of everything. It was really interesting.
Yeah, it is so funny that like in games, systems really can be like that, where like you change one thing somewhere in one system, and then like on the other side of the game, some shit breaks. It's just like a really mundane, unexpected way. Like that.
Well, especially for older games too, I'm sure Genshin kind of is the same because it's been out for so long. If they change one thing somewhere, depending on how organized the code is, I mean, they could have a new dev working on it who doesn't know that 1-0 did something that the other dude knew about. And then you have a bug.
Yeah, famously, that, you know, I'm going to say some crazy shit. Take me back to final release games that don't get updates, man.
Oh, I'm not. I've heard you
Take
say
me
this
back to that
times.
shit. I'm still that guy. I'm that guy right now today. I will be forever. Give me that shit. Let me buy a game. The game's done. I play it. It's done. That's the game.
Yeah.
Give me that.
That's a cool thing to say, but like in practice, no, I'm good.
No, it's a cool thing to practice. I'm practicing it. Give me that shit, bro. Fighting games, no patches. Let people figure that shit out. Fucking platformers, Mega Man, just let it rock. Just give me a game, buy the game, play the game, don't update that shit.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
I also want a 1980 Honda Accord, you know? Like, I also want to drive around.
Reliable car.
Honda Accord still to this day, still reliable. Doesn't matter what year it is.
Easy
it's
to
still pretty
maintain.
reliable. Other than a 2004, 2005 Accord, probably some issues there. But other than that, pretty good.
Easy to maintain. Easy repairs.
I had a 2004 Honda Accord at one point as my second car, so I kind of in there with that knowledge.
Second car, wow, bougie. Okay, don't mind. Okay, second car, he says. Must be nice.
Yeah. Well,
what's it fucking like over here?
First of all,
second car. You just got backups and shit. You got a daily driver and then one for the weekend with your bitch. That's crazy.
No, that's in high school, my mom. Huh? So my mom bought a used 2000 like Infinity. It was like a used Infinity 300, maybe. I think I don't know the model, but it was like not run down, but it was her dream car at the time, so she bought it. And whenever I went to high school, it was already like fucking on its last leg, dying for real. And so I got that car as my like take me to the park and ride and then go to school, pick her up after school, blah blah blah. And then I graduated, got my first job, and it died. So because I had been building credit and my mom made me open a bank account when I was in high school, or I think middle school, I was already building credit at the credit union at that time. So then I was able to co-sign on a loan for a new car, and that was my silver Honda Accord.
Sure.
And then...
Oh, but the other car was like gone. Like it died.
That car died, and then my Honda Accord died years later.
Oh.
And then I got this black, the one I have now is a black Honda Accord.
Not your,
2014.
I see. Not your second car.
It's my second car I ever
Your second
owned.
car ever.
Yes.
I see.
Now, one of us has black marble countertops in their bougie
They're granite.
kitchen.
Calm down.
Granite countertops.
Thank
you know
you.
who doesn't have granite countertops? This guy. Vinyl countertops, baby. No granite here.
Get granite. That's crazy. That's a you problem.
So first of all, before we say bougie, there's a kitchen stream your ex has probably watched already. I think that shows who is really bougie in this house, first and foremost.
Your ex has already watched probably is so funny. I'm fucking crying, dude. Yeah, that is an interesting thing, isn't it?
I've only owned one car at a time.
Famously same. Famously me also. Do not have multiple cars here. Sort of.
I've only ever owned 2 cars myself, and I've only ever paid off 1 car, which feels good. I don't know if you've ever had the pleasure of paying off a car, but
I have dodged that one to date.
The next month that comes in and you don't have that $300 payment coming in feels good.
Yeah, I'd imagine the like sense of relief of that is huge.
Yeah.
Of like, damn, that's off my back. Mission accomplished. I imagine it's the same as in Animal Crossing when you pay off your house and you step outside of your house and then you do the little dance. There's like a jingle. It's like that feeling, but in your heart though.
Yeah, I had a lot of friends that ended up during COVID being like car poor. They bought like new trucks and stuff. They went kind of insano on the old stimulus check.
Stimmies did get fucking wild for people, yeah.
I had friends with like $600, $700, $800 car payments a month. My car payment's never been over $300. You know what I mean? I couldn't fucking fathom in a world.
Sure.
I just, with the money I've ever made, I could not ever see myself having a car payment like $1,000. Fucking $500 every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Could not be me.
No. Absolutely not.
Your camera fucking died but came back. Okay, cool.
What's up? What happened?
You like cut out for a minute, but I think we're good.
Well, unfortunately, I wasn't saying anything, which is good. Hell yeah. That was weird.
Yeah, I've seen some bad deals. I've been privy to some fucking diabolical deals.
Yeah, you know, in general, car shopping, vehicle shopping, that is prone to leading people down the bad deal route, isn't it?
Well, you're
There's
underwater on the car
happens.
instantly off the lot. So it's like, okay, how underwater do we want to be?
Right.
You know what I mean? You have to be kind of smart about it. And I get cars being like a status symbol, but for me, like a Honda Accord with sport wheels is good enough for me. You know what I mean? I'm good. Give me CarPlay, whatever, you know, make sure I can play music through it. I'm good.
Right.
And kind of.
Okay, so you get it. So you get the idea. You're on board.
Oh yeah. Like I'm.
Oh, good. I'm glad we got you to turn around in this conversation. That's good.
What do you mean? I've always been. I've never bought a car new. All my cars have been used.
No, about the 1980s, about the unupdated games. Just buy a game. That's it. Which you compared to the Accord, but now you're like on board with the Accord, so you're on board with the games.
Well, no, I'm on board with like an Accord from this era. A
Sure.
new Accord.
Yeah.
I'm not getting an 80s Accord where I have to put the tape in, and the tape has a cord that comes out and like plugs into my phone. I'm not doing that. You know what I mean?
But you
We're
could.
we're doing the amenities. We're not.
Yeah.
I'm not sticking with a
Uh-huh.
1970 I don't know cars. So I was gonna try to find in my head like an old car model, but whatever.
Sure.
I'm not that.
Sure.
Yeah.
So like Pumpkin Jack on Steam. No updates. Finished game. Game drops. Game releases. There you go. There's your game. Good game. That's a modern game. That's a new game.
Pumpkin Jack, you say? I don't know. I don't know if Pumpkin Jack.
Oh, it's that platform I played last Halloween. It's like you like a scarecrow guy. It looks like a PS3 game. It looks like Spyro the Dragon type shit. But it's like you play as like a scarecrow pumpkin head guy, and you have to like stop a wizard from doing bad shit. That's the real TLDR. But
Stop a wizard from doing bad shit.
yeah, the wizard's gonna like fuck up. Like so, basically, like the wizard's trying to take over hell, and you have to like stop him from taking over hell because he would be worse than the devil or whatever, for some reason.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's pretty
that's
cool.
just like a game. That's the game. It shows up and then that's the game and it's good. Good game. No updates. Just drop. Played it. Shows tight. And games should do that more often. Just stop updating. Just drop the game. Play the game. Done game.
I see.
I think Expedition 33, right? Didn't notoriously get that many updates. Like 1 or 2 updates, and it was like all good.
I see. Well, I hate to inform you. Pumpkin
Yeah,
Jack has had 2, 4, 6, 8, 12 patches.
2, 4, 6, 8 what?
Pumpkin Jack has had 12 patches via Steam DB. Pumpkin Jack. So Pumpkin Jack has also had updates.
I heard 2, 4, 6, 8, and then everything kind of fucked up. I'm not sure you said.
Yeah, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10 updates. 10 patches. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I did hear that. I don't know why my shit's getting kind of crazy right now.
Yeah, Pumpkin Jack has had patches. So unfortunately, no.
But not like content drops. That's like bug fixes and shit, huh?
Well, adding the Japanese language so the Japanese can play it, that is a content drop. That's content. The Christmas event.
It's like I've always said. They shouldn't have done that. Let the Japanese learn English. You know what I mean?
It's almost impossible to find a game in current times that does not get an update for something. It had a Christmas update, a Halloween update, and 3 different version updates with content. And then smaller little no title updates, which I assume are just bug fixes. Right. But also, that is new content if it's fixing a bug. And you notoriously don't want bug fixes either.
Are you really trying to say that fixing a bug is content when in other conversations you've openly said that's not content?
Well, hear me out. In this context, you're saying no patches at all.
I would prefer there were none, yeah. I would prefer there were none. Although you just said new content, which is not what I said. Hold on.
Well, new
Let's
content
pin you
and
down
bug
on that one.
New content and bug fixes. You said none of that to any of that.
I don't think any of that should happen. Yeah. I'm against any of that.
I'm just telling you what
bug
the
fixes
game.
are not content.
I'm just saying the game that you said had no patches. It just came out and there was no updates for it. Did actually have updates.
That is sad. That is a shame. They shouldn't do that.
However, I am okay with us saying fake news and people believing that there are none. But for the record, unfortunately, there were.
Yeah, that's what a shame that is. Well, one less game on the cool list, I guess. But that was a tight game. Fuck, that was a fun ass game. Yeah, my camera has been getting a little goofy over here. I don't know what's up with that, but
it's fine on my side.
It's fine now.
Yeah, your camera has been fine the whole time for me. I have not seen a pixel on the.
Oh, didn't you say it like froze and like came back a second ago?
It froze, but it wasn't pixely. It was fine.
Oh, yeah. I said I got a little pixely after, Weird.
Yeah, not only did you freeze, but you froze in Discord too. I didn't hear you say anything in Discord. Like you were mid-sentence
So
and you
weird.
stopped.
Oh my god. Crazy.
But
Air,
no,
welcome.
you didn't.
Welcome, friend. Hi, hello, hello.
Like you didn't like pixelate or anything. I mean, not on my end.
Games should have no patches. You know what I mean? That's my point. Like Marvel Rivals or Elden Ring, games that famously got no patches ever. League of Legends. You know what I mean? Borderlands 4.
Now, I don't want to get philosophical on you, psychological even. But do you think this stems from your fear of change? Do you think this stems from...
I don't have a fear of change, so no, I don't think so. Well, I don't think I do have that. So no, I don't think that's it.
I don't think you've been diagnosed with it, but I think you should see a therapist, is what I'm saying.
Diagnosed with a fear of change.
Now, I think that you have a latent fear of things being different. And being different, if you can imagine, change is different. So I think maybe...
No, I don't think so.
Your childhood, something stems, and maybe... Because you've been so many places in this life. Close, you've been close to death. You've been close to heaven. The shed.
True. Knocked on the door. Yeah.
Yeah. So you've been a lot of places. I wonder if that trauma has caused you to possibly develop this.
Very funny. That's a very funny thing to say.
There's a therapist on the East Coast. The only issue is you are responsible for her feelings.
Well, she was going to be West Coast available, but then we didn't do that. Yeah, we did not do that. That's very funny. One in Australia too.
Repeats. Yeah, but we can't trust Australians.
No.
With therapy.
The problem is though that I like change that's good. I just don't like change that sucks. So actually, I don't have a problem with change. I have a problem with shitty things.
But what is bad change? Like memes aside, like what is
what? Oh, just like conceptually. Okay, that's a fascinating question. Bad change. I'm not going to give examples. I'm going to give definitions because I feel like that's like easier to work with.
Even if you get examples, I'm not gonna nitpick you or anything. Just
bad change would be like, I'm trying to think of how to articulate this in a way that's like very concise. Bad change is, well, I guess I should say subjective first of all, because like obviously things that I think are a bad change aren't going to be things that other people think are a bad change, and vice versa.
Yeah, but that's just off rip. That's just
Just that's kind of a given. But within the context of changes that I think are worse, depending on the format, that would shift a little bit. Like fighting game changes versus like RPG changes would be like a different maybe arena. But I think any change that reduces player interaction or player skill expression in a game is worse. I think changes that remove player power deliberately are almost universally bad. I think changes that shift an identity of a franchise game to game, I think that's almost always a bad thing. Not always, but almost always. I think that changes that a change that reduces content almost is always a bad change. I think that always sucks. I don't know if I could think of an example off the top of my head where that'd be like a good change in any instance, but I'm not going to say it could never be good either because I haven't thought about that much. But I think almost always limiting content that was previously on the table is worse.
So you're not a fan of like the Genshin events per se, that aspect of them.
What, that they expire? Like that they go away?
They're there and then they're just gone. You can't do them anymore.
I do think they should stay, yeah. Yeah, I think that the rewards maybe should be like limited to like incentivize people to be like on top of it or whatever. But yeah, I do think they should stay for sure. Like Genshin had a bunch of patches independently, not all together, but they had a bunch of patches that would introduce mini games that were really fun, and then they just delete them, and you can never play that mini game again. And it's like, well, that sucks. That mini game was really tight. Like there was one in like 2022 maybe or 2021 that was. Did you ever play a game called Breakout, like an old PC game? It's like there's a ball that bounces around, and you're a paddle on the bottom, and it breaks these rectangles, and then you have to like move the paddle to catch the ball. I think it's called Breakout. I'm like 99% sure.
Sure, I played different versions of this. Like Peggle's kind of like this. The same idea. Yeah. Multi-layer, and then you have to break. You have to like get through the collect points, get through to like the top area.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, there's a lot of games that use this like.
Yo, Cap, I appreciate the 10 bits. Thank you. Welcome in. How are you? What you got going on? Yeah. So like Breakout, with like you catch the ball with the paddle and pop it around and break shit. There was a Genshin event that was that. But you were the paddle, like Noelle or like Jean or whatever character you're playing is the paddle.
Sure.
And then the element of your character changes the element of the ball, and the color of the rectangle you're breaking like reacts differently. So
hey Captain, appreciate the follow.
Like a fire character catching the ball and throwing it to an ice block would make a big explosion or whatever. And that event was so fun. But then it's just like gone, and that sucks, and you can never play it again. So it's like, well, what the fuck? That's crazy. Same with there's like a TFT thing for Genshin that was really fun, and they took that away. And like the introduction of these mini games is very cool, and I love that. But then, boop, they're gone. And it's like, well, why though? For what possible reason? Like you'd think they would just leave like a new art, like an arcade or something, like a little carnival spot where you just like go play mini games or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Chibi, welcome in. Good to see you. What you got going on, homie? Hopefully, if I go to take care of yourself.
Yeah, a lot of games these days run off like scarcity for sure. It almost kind of, whenever you explain them, it almost kind of sounds like they were test running, creating these different things for the thing coming up, which is like the user generated content stuff.
Yeah, like it was a 5-year test.
Like it was a beta test.
Yeah.
Well, it's a 5-year. It's a 5-year test, but I'm sure each game was testing a certain thing like about the system, because that's usually like what WoW does. For instance, I told you they did a mode called Plunderstorm, which was like a battle royale kind of thing where you don't use your character, so there's no player power involved. It's this contained thing. Right. And they had a lot of different powers and different stuff, and some of those powers made it into different characters in the game.
Yes.
Like different classes. So it was like a beta test for another feature that they were working on and kind of cooking or whatever. So those kinds of things I think are fine. Having like a mini game, because WoW has a thing called the I'm fucking blanking on the name. Darkmoon Fair. And it's basically like a fairground you port into, and there's like a bunch of fair mini games. There's a carousel you can ride and get XP buffs and stuff.
Yeah.
So it would be cool if other games did that, where like Genshin had a thing where, like you said, an arcade where you come in, you can play some of the old mini games for like maybe new rewards or whatever. Because like even the Darkmoon Fair always comes in, but it's not a continuous thing. It's like for a 3-month block, it's there. You can do stuff and earn prizes and get like pets and stuff, but it never like goes away, as in like it's never going to come back. It's just like,
it's just like seasonal or whatever.
Seasonal, it comes I think 3-4 times a year or something, and then you get to like do it.
Sure.
Trial of Styles the same way. It's like a thing that happens 2 times a year, where you get to make transmogs and people vote on them. It's like that one. It's Dress like that one Roblox game. Yeah. Yeah. It's like that. So WoW does that stuff too.
That's fun. Yeah, I like that. I like the concept of like, you know, trial and erroring a thing that's going to become a permanent system. I fuck with that heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was I'll send you an image. There was this was such a fun mini game in Genshin. We had it for like one event that lasted 10 days during Lunar New Year. It was like versus Dr. Mario. And the more bricks you break on your side, the more unbreakable bricks it puts on the other person's side.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. And that shit was so fucking fun. It's basically like Puzzle Fighter or Mortal Kombat had one called Puzzle Combat that was the same thing. But yeah, this shit was like banging. And there was a versus mode you could play against your homies.
It was like Candy Crush or something. Kind of looks like.
No. It's like Tetris almost. Like the blocks fall from the top and you match colors to blow them up.
Yeah,
it's like Tetris 2.
That's cool.
Yeah. You know, Candy Crush is like when the whole screen is full and you're like swiping to match them or whatever. Whereas this is like falling blocks. But that shit was mad tight. And yeah, it just like went away. They're like 10 days. All right, that's enough. See ya. Bye. And we've had some like platformer events too, where you like play like little Super Mario stages, and those are gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, reducing content, reducing player power, I think is always a negative. Or like identity shifts in an IP. I think that sucks. Like if
identity shifts.
Yeah, like I'm not a big like horror gamer, obviously, but like Resident Evil slowly becoming not a horror game. It's just an action game with some jump scares. I think that sucks. Because it was like actually a horror game before, and now it's like not that. Now it's just a run and gun adventure game that happens to have zombies in it.
Sure, I don't really know enough about that series in particular, but I get it.
Yeah, like Resident Evil 1 and 2, where like the camera is exactly locked in place in every room, and combat's really like sluggish on purpose because they don't want you to fight anything. Enemies have 1 million health. There's no ammo. Like you're supposed to figure out how to not fight.
So you're like a fan of whatever the genre is and not changing. Like if Genshin came out with like a an action combat game that wasn't a gotcha from the eyes of like one of the Genshin characters, you wouldn't be on board with that. Not Genshin 2, but like if Genshin came out with a single play, like a total single player RPG type vibe game.
I think a spinoff is fine, but I think if Genshin 2 was that, I'd be mad. Like if Metroid Prime was good. Metroid Prime Pinball was also good, and it was a pinball game. But if Metroid Prime 2 was a pinball game, I would have been tilted. That would have sucked.
So you're okay with like certain Final Fantasy games being action combat as opposed to turn-based?
Yeah. That's fine. Because they're gonna release more turn-based RPG Final Fantasies later anyway, or whatever. They're like made to be. Final Fantasy's kind of made to be like a consumer scam anyway. Those guys are doing their own thing, but those were never meant to be related. Lamau.
Sure.
You know, they got a different cast, a different story, different. Like they're all diff. But yeah, like I guess like a similar thing, like Transformers famously had like an arena shooter briefly, and then also there was like a Transformers fighting game. I think it was an arena shooter on Xbox Live Arcade. It might have been a hero shooter.
Transformers hero shooter?
I think so.
Transformers Arena Shooter refers to Transformers Tactical Arena, a real-time PvP strategy game where players battle using a squad of Transformers, similar to Clash Royale.
Maybe that is what I'm thinking about.
That's just a mobile game, though.
Oh, no, the one I'm talking about was on Xbox. I'm like 99% sure it was Xbox.
There is no current Xbox Arena shooter in the Transformers franchise. Maybe a hero shooter.
Yeah, I remember it was like a third person game with a lot of like run and gun combat.
Now, are you thinking of the early or mid 2000s War for Cybertron franchise, where there was a mode for PvP in the game, but it was a third-person shooter.
Maybe?
Yeah, there was no arcade hero shooter, but there was a trilogy called War for Cybertron.
War for Cybertron gameplay. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Games. So there was War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron, and Rise of the Dark Spark. It did probably one of those games had a PvP mode. War for Cybertron trilogy, specifically Transformers War for Cybertron and Fall of Cybertron, featured several player versus player PvP modes, including Team Deathmatch, Conquest, Countdown to Extinction, and Power Struggle.
Yeah, War for Cybertron. I'm looking at gameplay. This is definitely the game I was thinking of, actually.
Yeah, 100%. So that's a single player, not RPG, I guess, but like a story shooter story. Whatever.
Yeah. Like that game existing is tight, and also Transformers Transmetals for the N64, the fighting game. I think that's tight to exist. Like those are like very diff, and it's cool that they're around. That's good.
Yeah, Transformers is a hard franchise though, because there is no like Transformers doesn't have a franchise. I guess.
Yeah. If
that's sort of catch me.
They don't have. I know exactly what you mean. That's so funny.
There's no like locked in.
To be
it
like,
didn't start. It's not like
right.
Wow, World of Warcraft being an RTS transforming into World of Warcraft, the MMO,
right?
Versus a Transformers never having like a true like locked in. Because like I think N64 have like a Beast Wars game that was like a fighter or something.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. Transformers Transmetals was a Beast Wars fighting game on the 64.
Yeah, and then
I used to main Rat Trap.
Was also, I think there was a PlayStation 1 Transformers game or a couple of them, but like they weren't a certain, like it wasn't like a genre. You know what I mean? Like a genre defined thing.
Yes, right. Yeah. Like I think that's tight. But yeah, anytime like the studio's just like going forward, this franchise will be nothing like the original. That shit sucks. That's bad. Spinoffs are tight. I fuck with a spinoff heavy. I think spinoffs are good and healthy and fun. That's cool.
I think we diverge on that. I don't think your viewpoint's like wrong in any way. I think we just have a different opinion.
Sure. Yeah.
I like a steady climb, like a steady change and engoodening of the franchise or whatever, you know, as the internet historian said. As the internet historian jokingly says, the engoodening of things.
That's funny.
For example, Borderlands is the easiest thing to think about. They built on the you know, they've taken some things away that are like, okay, what the fuck are you doing? But steadily they've bettered the franchise to the point where it is now, where it is, you can easily tell it's Borderlands, but it has better systems than like.
Oh well, I'm here for that too. I'm here
like
for
that's
that.
That's the kind of thing I like personally. Well, I'm not saying you don't like it. I'm not like I'm not saying you're against that. I'm saying that's personally what I like.
Yeah,
I like WoW, where we started. We started with classic and we've built on the world and fixed a lot of things and upgraded graphics and stuff. So I like building on a foundation that like makes sense. And not like, if like Borderlands 5 comes out and it's like a horror thriller, I'd be like, what the fuck are we doing? Like it would be kind of weird. It wouldn't make sense to me.
Imagine if Borderlands 4 dropped and instead of Borderlands 4, it was like Heavy Rain. That would be such shit. That would be really bad.
But I'm fine with spin-offs like you said, where it's like, okay, Tiny Tina's Wonderland's like a D&D inspired story or something, where it's not, it's using characters from Borderlands, but it's in like its own bubble that's not hurting the franchise or like killing anything. You know what I mean?
Jagex famously. Oh wait, Transformers MMO by the RuneScape guys would be awful.
What are we saying?
That would have to be shit, right? There was gonna be a Transformers MMO made by the company that does RuneScape, but I guess it like got scrapped or whatever. Thank God. Ugh. Can you imagine a world
that must have passed by me? I don't think I ever
16-bit Optimus Prime is telling you to go pick up fucking razors from some bird camp? I'd kill myself. That's crazy. No thanks. That's crazy.
The Transformers universe is a canceled free-to-play browser-based massively online tactical action game, or a MOTA, an MOTA developed by Juggalos.
Wait, what does that stand for? Massively online what?
Massively online tactical action game.
Tactical action.
A MOTA.
Like Fire Emblem? No, action game. What the fuck's a tactical?
I'll continue.
Okay, yeah, please. Yeah.
First unveiled at BotCon 2011, closed beta test began later that year in 2012, announcing they had indefinitely paused development on their MOTA, or their MMORPG Stellar Dawn, to focus on the Transformers universe MOTA. The gameplay was somewhat similar to other multiplayer battle arena games such as Dota 2 and League of Legends. However, there were no lanes or creeps, and the game was played from a third-person perspective. Players picked from a roster of warriors went head-to-head combat battle to capture points and to alienate the other team. So this seems like a proto Paragon situation. Paragon melded with like Battle Right. If you remember Battle Right is the arena game that died to create. They killed the game to work on V Rising. League of Legends famously made an arena game that is basically Battle Right, and that's that mode that comes by every couple months. That's what Battle Right was. That's
funny.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, and Battle Right ended up using, or the Battle Right devs ended up using the Battle Right engine to create V Rising, which is their survival, like vampire game or whatever.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Mysteriously, I have seen an awful lot of V Rising. Lamau.
It actually is a really good game. I played it on. I actually
V Rising?
I got a review copy for that when it came out.
No kidding.
V Rising, yeah. That was my. Actually, I think that was my first. Yeah, that was my first review copy I ever got. Like a big game,
cute.
Like review copy.
I love that.
Yeah.
Wait, that's so fun.
Yeah, it was fun. I played it on stream like a lot. Yeah, it was a really fucking fun game. It is a really fun game. I haven't played it recently, but it was really fun when we started. And I hosted the server for it and everything.
What the fuck is X-Teal?
But yeah, Transformers Universe was a MOTA. Never heard of the genre MOTA, but I guess there's a reason why, because it was fucking killed, thrown out back.
That will do it.
So instead of characters, there were classes. This is also probably why it failed too. Demolisher, Medic, Soldier, Hybrid, Mechanist, and Interceptor, Suppressor, Controller, Guardian. So these were either unnamed, later to be named classes, or, well, no, they would have needed to be characters. So yeah, there were no characters, which is weird for, if you're doing a Transformers game, you need to have like Optimus and Megatron in there. It doesn't make sense not to.
You're just like the general populace of Cybertron, not like actually.
It makes no fucking sense. You're the soldier basically in the war. No one wants to do that.
Dragon Ball Online did that too, where there's like no characters in it. It's just like you can make a Namekian or a Majin race or a Saiyan, and you go around being your little OC doing OC shit, and there's no Goku, no Gohan, you don't meet any of those dudes.
Oh wait, okay, hold on. I think I'm piecing it together the further I go. So there were classes of characters, and then they had a roster of characters that would, I guess, be assigned to the classes. They did have a good roster, it seems like. Seems like they made up some names, because I don't remember Anomaly being one of the Autobots, but okay, guys, whatever.
Anomaly, fuck off with that.
But like, why? Frontline, Hound, Ironhide, Macro. Yeah, I already hate this actually. Drive by one of the Decepticons. Diablo.
Hey, Shilder. You're talking about this X-Steel thing?
I hate it already.
if you liked X Steel, let me tell you about Mecha Break. Go download free to play Mecha Break. Tell me if that scratches the same itch. What?
I noticed I put two and two together. I didn't realize what you said the first time. What are you calling him? What is his name?
Ashilder? Like it's spelled? What do you mean? What is it actually?
It's called
Ashildir?
No, I've never heard someone say his full the full name.
Oh, so I was saying it wrong.
Didn't connect.
Yeah. Was that Norse? Norse inspired?
The Transformers talk, I'm getting nostalgia vibes from PS.
Yeah, if X Steel Battle Arena is like up your alley, go check out Mecha Break and get back to me. You'll probably love it.
Yeah, that is funny.
Insist.
Yeah, Mecha Break seems pretty cool. Not a game I'd probably be interested in, but it looks nice.
Not run the best. Company is not doing any favors.
Free to play. What are you gonna do? Can't complain. I will say the models for these Transformers do look kind of tight. It kind of sucks that whatever this was going to be fucking ass, but
fuck.
Yeah, there's a whole wiki. And that's the one thing. The one thing I will say, the Transformers wiki, man, it is kept up very, very nice. Yeah, the bottom of the wiki has a bunch of pictures of potential models from the game. Their tank models look really cool. Like
I like the blue and purple bitch. It turns into a fucking Kawasaki. That's tight.
That probably was RC. Yeah, that's RC.
Yeah, RC. Yeah, RC looks great.
Yeah, it looks like they took from like the base style and kind of humanized them a little bit, which is tight. They kind
really
of
cool too.
You know what they kind of look like? Some of these guys kind of look like kind of like Gundams, like Gundam-esque. They got some armor plating that's kind of reminiscent of like some of the Gundam shows.
Sure.
Not all of them, but you know what I mean.
I like that fake ass red RC that turns into like a minivan. That's tight. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that one actually.
Yeah, interesting. I wonder if this would have been good when it came out. Probably not, because they probably did like a player test or whatever, and people were like, "Oh, this fucking ass. You guys should stop."
Well,
but they did kill an MMO for this, so we're kind of on the right path. They killed what was the name of the MMO they were working on before they did this? They killed an MMO called Stellar Dawn. Let's look
Stellar
to
Dawn,
see
huh?
what Stellar Dawn was by Jagex.
I just don't have any faith in the company that made RuneScape. Is that fair? Can I say that?
Stellar Dawn is a browser-based sci-fi themed MMORPG that was under development by UK developer and blah 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 Jagex. Recently known as Mechscape. This product was scrapped and renamed after it was decided that the completed project did not meet the standards of the original design brief. That's funny.
Mechscape.
So then they renamed it and redid it and killed it.
Well, you know.
I wonder if we can still find the teaser for it. There's supposed to be a teaser for it. Not like the people listening can really see it, but
sometimes you just gotta kill some shit. You know what I mean? Sometimes you see a thing and you're like, damn, this is gonna be tight, and then it's not, dude.
Yeah, speaking of killed games, I think did we talk about this? The Assassin's Creed news that leaked a couple weeks ago.
I don't think so.
A game that was in development that they canceled.
Yeah, I do know exactly the scene you're talking about. Yes. Yeah.
There's a scene from the Scary Movie where the girl pushes a piano down the stairs. Yes, yeah, there.
My desk just arrived at my stairs right now. Oh no.
I played it religiously. No interest anymore. Yeah, that's a vibe. I have a lot of games that I'm like not interested in anymore. But
I would help you if I could. I'm so sorry.
But did we talk about that or no?
No, I don't think we did talk about that.
So Assassin's Creed killed off a game in which they were creating, I don't know how far it got, but the idea was you played I believe a runaway slave, and you killed like slave masters, I guess, to like fight the Templars would have been like the KKK or something. You know what I mean? It would have been set in that like time frame.
Okay.
Which, in my opinion, tight. It would have been cool. However, Ubisoft, notoriously known for not thinking women can sell games and or being afraid of different races being their main protagonist, but we're not cool with that. They were like, I don't know. No, thank you. Notoriously, and this isn't a meme. The one of the heads that stepped down notoriously said like, hey, this game can't ship with just a female lead character. That's why we got the game that I believe Skate just finished. They shoehorned in a male lead that isn't canonically a part of the game, so male players could have a male to play if they didn't want to play female, because they were afraid the female lead couldn't sell the game.
That's really funny, because I feel like 99% of dudes play girls in games.
I never understood that. WoW, definitely there are a lot of men who play female characters in WoW. If you look at a female character in WoW, 9 times out of 10, that's a male.
Yeah.
Just by population of...
Yeah.
I've never been that way. I've never been that way. I've just played males. But again, I might be hitting the wrong team here. You know what I mean?
Woman buddy, guilty. The boys know.
Yeah, if you looked at our raid, there's a lot of female characters in that raid.
Well, because here's the thing, right? I'm gonna spill the secrets on it. You have never been like that.
Well, true.
Because you like looking at dudes.
But here's the thing. I know a lot of straight guys who don't play female characters either.
They like looking at dudes.
I don't know. I don't know. I can't speak for them. You know what I mean? I don't know. But I will say this guild has the most females I've ever had in a team ever. In WoW.
This has been a while. That's playing. Funny. Like 12 women, 4 men. Yeah. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, notoriously, I'm like anti. I kind of don't want to be a female in a game. However, I will say Naue in Shadows plays really nice, and that's tight. I kind of fuck with her heavy on that, but
who? Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm not really. I don't know. Maybe it's just a gay thing. I never thought about it.
That's what I'm saying. You like looking at dudes.
I took offense to that. I don't know why. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, what the fuck? Why? Is that latent? Is that latent? That seemed offensive. It's not. It just it hit a little diff. You know what I mean?
That's funny. If you were playing Terra Online, you didn't play as a Castanic female. You were playing the game wrong. What's Castanic female in Terra Online? Oh God,
bro, you know what I can't stand? The people who play a fantasy RPG with different races and stuff, and they choose fucking human brown eyes. Get out of here, bro.
Oh, that's
boring
very
ass.
funny, Junk. Thinking this guy's always roasting you. I roast Connor maybe 2% of the time.
That's insane.
Okay, 1%. My bad.
That's all. Going up, not down. I get the brunt of the roasting most of the time. You get
not for me.
You get a light dusting compared to what I get. You.
Really? I feel like chat roasts you a lot.
You know what's funny? We do stream together 3 times a week, and it is funny that you like to read off and agree with chat most of the time, agging them on to do more.
I don't think I agree with chat. I just say it's very funny.
You agree with chat and ag them on to do more, yes.
I don't think I do egg them on. I do think I laugh at what they say.
I think you're gaslighting.
Chat? No, I don't think that's right.
No, gaslighting me, not chat. No, you agree with chat, not me.
Wait,
so everything I say,
I do
you
agree
think
with you?
there's a bad... everything I say, you think there's a bad connotation to it, yes. You're like, oh, I don't know if
I don't think that's right.
And I'm like, not even
well,
done
that's... You do say some things that are on the surface without explanation, a little dicey.
You do too.
I don't think that's right.
But I always understand that you have the best intentions at heart and know like you're not trying to.
I don't have the best intentions at all.
Oh, I know. I get gaslighted by you every day.
I mean it viciously to everyone involved.
I know. But again, you know what it is?
Yeah, the Sea Dog chair. I didn't start that.
Well, you just again you perpetuate it and you continue it instead of stopping it. You continue it and laugh.
I don't perpetuate. What do you mean?
I'm staring into your soul right now.
Have I ever said "cuck f dog" one time?
Yeah,
that's right.
It is.
I have said "cuck dog" before. Not with the F.
Same thing.
I was being very specific.
Doesn't matter.
I was being very specific.
You say it and then they call back. You know what I mean? It's what happens.
Well, but they're saying it first. I'm calling.
And I'm used to it, so it doesn't bother me. But I'm just saying, in general, I get the brunt of most of the storm here because you don't have gay furries crashing out on you when you say dumb stuff. I do.
Sure, I'm just saying I don't roast you that much.
You do.
Chat seems to roast you a lot.
SKB perpetuate. Thank you, Junk. I appreciate it. Someone understands and sees through.
Junk is on your side for this. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Chibi and a lot of others would be on my side as well.
I don't know.
You are notoriously known to be a gaslighter in the community. To the community itself. I don't think that's true either. Well, that would be the narcissism boiling up, but that's a whole different topic. I think the
last time someone called me a gaslighter, we determined through 80 screenshots they were a little goofy with it. But
well, you know, broken clocks can be right twice a day, and
can you imagine if they weren't? What if the clock was broken, but like it wasn't frozen? It was just like 2 minutes off forever. It'd be wrong 24 hours a day.
While we know she was crazy, we don't know if she was crazy before you started dating or you made her that way. The jury's still out.
I think you're just Chibi gets it. I think maybe you're just imagining that I'm gaslighting.
Well, you see the Keck W at the end of that. That kind of that's an ostensibly situation. You know what I mean?
Because it's funny that you're imagining that.
What Chibi is saying, ostensibly, yes, I'm imagining everything, and ostensibly everything's working correctly, and you're not gaslighting. You couldn't ever gaslight me at all. No, it's false.
I don't think so.
I get gaslit every time we hit live together.
There is famously a chat every time we hit go live together. So that's probably true.
I've recorded every stream we've done together. I can find every stream a case where I've been gaslit.
Well, here's the problem. If you've recorded them all, you would know that you have evidence that suggests I'm right. So all you have to do is watch back the tapes.
Don't make me do a manifesto. I've already did a year in review. People didn't think I would do a PowerPoint of. I can do a PowerPoint of you gaslighting.
I think you should. If that exists, I think you should do that.
All right.
I don't think it exists. Every ghost stream's on the PS5. Yeah, true. Yeah, true. Track Gaming over here doing fucking the PS4 recordings, putting them in the basement. Holy shit. Yeah, I don't. Here's
your
the
Reddit
thing.
at the moment.
Oh God. Well, here's the thing. I don't think I say anything that could be considered gaslighting most of the time.
Man, that's
most of the time.
That's like a guy.
Oh,
I can't say that on stream.
I see. Another thing you can't say publicly, huh? Well, okay.
Well, not because it's diabolical, but because it's so true that it just can't be said.
That's very funny.
I don't want to do any damage before the Christmas raffle. You know what I mean? I need more damage.
True. Oh, live stream fails? Dude, that started as shit. It was live stream fails. That's been LSF the whole time.
Yeah.
It started bad by design and has stayed there.
In name and principle.
Yeah.
I don't hear a lot about LSF anymore. I think things have just gotten so bad that they just can't contain all the craziness.
Well, that's probably fucking true.
I mean, it's kind of hard when I think Asmongold and Hassan are kind of sucking all the air out of the room. Like, you can't really get anything.
Right.
Like there is no drama higher than two of the building blocks of the platform going at it pettily on multiple platforms.
Where's
kind of
the
makes
lie?
everything fail in comparison. Pale in comparison, not fail in comparison.
Ironic that it's live stream fails and everything else is failing to be on live stream fails. Huh. When you think about it.
Imagine if it was like the golden age, the whole front page would just be Asmongold, Hassan trading back and forth. Like there'd just be no, like in comparison, no other drama. Like, oh wow, someone slipped and used the N-word. That's not even, it isn't even important compared to everything Asmongold and Hassan are saying to each other. You know what I mean?
Asmongold has said so much horrific shit. That dude is a walking fucking encyclopedia of exactly what not to say publicly over and over and over. And it doesn't matter, because if you say enough of the really wrong shit, you'll get a bunch of really wrong shit supporters and be rich. Which reminds me, here's my thoughts on Israel. Could you imagine? Could you imagine?
The fucking dry fire into Israel on the Bit podcast would be career ending.
Could you imagine? Holy
Palestine. Let's talk about Palestine.
If you just say the wrong shit enough, people will support your wrong shit a lot. Anyway, so the Middle East.
Fucking God. Damn. A life flash before it says, yeah, true, fuck. Yeah, there was a missile pointed at both of our houses just now.
Oh my God. Please, not the drone strikes. Holy.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I thought you'd enjoy that. I thought you would.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Thank you. Free Palestine, though, for real, no bit.
Whew.
BB don't appreciate. True. Old Netanyahu just stewing away over there. Whew. Yeah, I'm glad that got you good. I felt strongly that was going to be a funny one, and it was.
It just caught me off guard. I was not expecting the Israel shout out in chat today.
Yeah.
Shout out to the state of Israel, baby.
Somewhere there was an audio listener that heard me say Free Palestine just now, and they're like, oh, fuck this podcast, and they turned it off. Statistically speaking.
Well, you know you're going to get a DM later today from our favorite exiled correspondent. Is going to be like, thank you for saying it. It needed to be said.
True. So true. So true.
He's like, finally, you say it. You say the quiet parts out loud.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I feel like we should all be saying Free Palestine. I don't think I'm brave for that.
I don't know enough about it to say a thing about it, so the Palestine and Israel stuff I don't really get into. I don't really understand there's a deep-seated like situation over there, and I'm neither of any of the religions to care enough about it. Obviously people shouldn't be dying, blah blah blah. That's just the stance everyone should be taking, but like I don't know enough to be like, oh, this guy's wrong or this place is wrong. And I don't think it's my place to like, I'll let the people who know more about it fight those battles. You know what I mean? I'll fight the terror on the front lines, the stuff I know about, which is racism in gaming. And then we can try to help that out and let other people worry about the...
I'm glad you said that, because we should help racism in gaming. That's right.
Help stop racism in gaming?
SK strikes again. How? Excuse me? I didn't do anything. That's crazy.
I'm just hoping Death is busy at work and isn't typing out exclamation point quote ad. That's all. You know what I mean?
Quote ad. Fuck.
Yeah, ending racism in gaming.
Yeah. Well,
in general.
Not all of it. Some of it.
All of it, yeah.
All of it. Some racism's tight. A little bit.
Yeah, CDog underscore does not support racism. Just in case anybody wanted to know, I'm just making that stance clear. I don't want any racist furries in my chat saying, "Hey, thanks, we knew you were on our side." Nope, not on your side.
Hiram is for the Nords. That's so funny. Now I think we should be a little more casual with joking racism towards the whites. They've had it too good too long.
You know,
as a Native American, I feel that it's my place to be able to say that.
I've taken too much damage over the years. I can't, in good faith, rely on this bit not being turned on me. So I am gonna let you just speak. You know what I mean? Speak your mind.
True. So true. Well, I understand that. It does seem that you have a bit of a, what's the term? Trauma surrounding that.
Yeah, I get framed a lot, and it's usually by you.
Well,
and unfortunately, sometimes your community doesn't realize when you're joking or I'm joking.
I frame you? Frame?
Frame, yes. I get framed.
What do you mean by that?
Well, again, in my book, 2005 A Year in Review,
in my memoir,
I spoke on the furry incident of 2025 rather.
There was a furry incident.
And in my book, I spoke on a certain person being upset about a joke, and you very much tried to stop them and get them to see the other side of that joke. However, we did double down and triple down on that joke multiple times that day.
We did.
Now, when you do something, your community sees it as a haha joke most of the time. And
I am pretty funny.
Most of the time, it's all of the time. But when anyone else has a joke, let's say, maybe we're doing a funny hee hee ha ha of like an Alex Jones, the frogs are gay, for instance, a good starting point. Then you're seen as the funny guy doing the hee hee ha ha bit, and I am actually a hateful, gay hating, Jew hating, racist person who's damaging to every community he touches.
Have you considered not being that?
Well, the thing is, I'm not that. I'm actually just like you.
I misheard.
But unfortunately, I don't have long red hair, glasses, and potentially not pants on most of the time we do the podcast. But I unfortunately always have pants.
It's like 50-50 on the pants, yeah. I'm wearing pants today.
I'm wearing also pants today because I went to Starbucks. But yes. So I feel like there is a again, this is just a normal thing of you allow me to be the fall guy.
Allow?
Well,
I'm not in control of what you do.
Well, unfortunately, no, not my feelings. No, not like a certain person. But you, like if you and I were playing Peak, for instance, and I was holding out my hand for you to pull me up, and I was out of stamina. Do you have interest in
playing Peak? Is that a game you want to play?
Well, I've already played it, but if I was playing it and I was reaching out my hand for you to grab me and pull me up, you would start to grab me and then release me and let me fall down the hill. And the falling down the hill is
why would I do that?
Being hated by everyone for being all the fake things that we joke about.
I wouldn't do that. Long live the king. True, yeah, the Lion King. I wouldn't do that. That's outside of character for me.
You are Scar in this moment, yes.
I don't think that's right.
You are Scar in this story, yeah.
I don't think that's right. I think, well, because here's the thing. Because Mufasa never, took his paws off the cliff haha, what if I fell?
Well, yeah,
and then Mufasa, it seems like
Mufasa was going to be pulled. He thought he was going to be pulled up by his friend and brother, which notoriously. And the Scar's like, Lamau, I'm gonna be the king now, and he lets go for his own personal good and because he hates Mufasa. So I'm not saying you hate me per se, but you would let me go like
Scar. It seems more like I'm Mufasa in this instance.
Well, no, because you're letting me fall. I'm falling down the cliff and dying.
I don't think that's right. Well, because here's the thing.
If the river of animals that Mufasa falls into is the bit going wrong.
Well, they're wildebeest, but okay, I hear you.
If the Sea of Wildebeest,
next you're going to call them thugs. Chill out.
And here's the problem. So anyway, if the Sea of Wildebeest were, let's say, all the bits that go wrong and I get pinned for, you would let me fall into those, even though we also equally joke about that pretty substantially.
I don't think that's right.
I unfortunately have the evidence to prove otherwise.
Because if you recall, I am Mufasa. If we review the tapes, I did sit the wildebeest down to tell them that they're crazy for that and that would be unfit to happen.
Here's the thing. We could have run the pack together. We could have been co-leaders in the pack, and you were like, yeah, but I like the attention. I'm going to let you go, bro. And I fell into the sea of death.
Well, but see, the thing is that Scar wasn't like on the ground telling the wildebeest not to run you over because they don't understand what's happening. And I famously did do that.
Yeah, but all the other times, though, unfortunately, all the other. So think of each wildebeest as a moment in time where something has happened. So yeah, you told one wildebeest to stop, but unfortunately, the tsunami of wildebeests.
I think that's right.
Yeah, well, Chad agrees with me, so it's fine. I live on that.
Well, I think Chat might be being supportive. That's true. Yeah, Chad is trying to be supportive, and I respect that. I think that's good because you deserve support. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, I do. It is very draining to be gaslit every time we're on a stream together. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you would know because you're the perpetrator, unfortunately.
Chat's just chatting. Well, actually, it seems like Chat's just chatting. Chat's just kind of yapping over there.
Gupta's ping is too long. He has to get Chat's steadily flowing into.
I see. Yeah, the delay. It's the delay. Yeah, true. His son woke him in. I see.
Yeah.
Now, fascinatingly, you said, and there's the problem again. When I made a joke a minute ago, I would like to dive into that.
I actually think this conversation just should be sent off to the moon and we should do something else.
Okay, sure. Hey, and you know what? And that's fine because as usual,
a little dangerous.
That's fine. As usual, it's fine. Whatever. Listen, as typical, as always, I'm more concerned with your feelings than the bit, so we can go ahead and do that.
I guess if you're concerned with my feelings, why would you say wildebeest or thugs? Or why would you say I would think wildebeest or thugs? I never did say.
I see. Well, I didn't say you said that.
You said I would think so. I would, if we continue, I would think so. So why was that?
I didn't say that either.
Line drawn?
No, see, I didn't say that either. Is the problem? That's not what I said.
What did you say again? I forgot.
I said next you'll call them that sarcastically because you wouldn't. The joke is actually that you wouldn't do that.
Interesting. It kind of feels like you're saying that to people who don't know I wouldn't say that for the purpose of them
to inform them they wouldn't do that.
See that. I see. Yeah.
I'm looking up for your best interest.
I see.
Yeah. You're welcome.
No, I'm not welcome. You know what you're doing.
No, it's no trouble to me.
You know what you're doing, evil man.
First of all, good alignment, but that's okay. Famously proven good alignment, but that's okay.
Look, I've seen your porn Twitter. I know what you're into.
That's You're not supposed to tell the people I'm from Argentina. That's crazy. That's still a secret.
How could you have the same name? You know what I mean? It has to be you.
You're not meant to inform them that I am from Argentina. Hence my large Argentinian fan base when I was a Yu-Gi-Oh writer. It's all coming together.
Yeah, it is tough when your H-1B visa is expiring this month, huh? It is
Yeah.
tough.
Yeah, I have to go back to
Yeah.
And then I have to go right back to
This just in, the podcast will be starting at 1 a.m. now going forward.
to account for the time distance, yeah. Yeah, I'm being shipped right back to Buenos Aires.
I see.
Yeah. Because as you recall, I am a Taurus sun, but an Aries moon. So
Argentina, I thought you were from Alabama.
I had a half brother from Alabama, but I think he died. I'm pretty sure. He like wrapped his car around a tree.
Oh god damn.
Yeah.
No, that was that dude from no, that was that dude from Final Fantasy. Fuck. Fast and Furious.
He also did die hitting a tree, didn't he?
Very fast, yeah.
Aaron Walker?
Paul Walker, maybe? Aaron Hernandez? I don't know.
Walker. Aaron Hernandez. Yeah, Paul Walker,
yeah. You know his brother's going to play him again in the next movie or whatever?
Is he really?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Paul William Walker the Fourth. Wow.
Yuck. What a name. Pinch, poke, Yomia, coke.
He was going 100 miles an hour, and he collided with a pole and then a tree. He, like, pinballed. Fuck, man.
Well, notoriously, it is hard to maneuver a car at 100 miles per hour. So, yeah, you're not really stopping. Well,
he was a passenger, not the driver.
Oh, really?
That sucks.
Oh, that's tough. I always thought he was driving the car. Yucky. Who is the driver? Oh, did the driver live? That would be insane. Yuck.
Burst into flames.
Friend.
No, the car hit a pole and then a tree and then burst into flames, and they both died. They both died on impact, and then their corpses were burnt in the car. It was being driven by
right on the spot.
Yeah, truly. Yeah, it was being driven. That's unfucking thinkable.
He was being driven to work. Were they on the way to like a movie shoot or something?
You're gonna lose your mind. Who was driving that car?
Yeah, I don't know.
It was his best friend, Roger Rodas, professional race car driver.
Oh, man, that's fucking
co-founder of Always Evolving Racing Team based in Valencia, California. So this hotshot dickhead was like, I'm a racer. I can drive a Porsche real fast. And then we learned in real time he super could not do that.
Yeah, it does seem like that happens quite a bit, huh?
That
like
fucking
NFL drivers and like racers kind of just being like, I can just like, I have the money to pay tickets, whatever. Let me go vroom vroom really fast.
Fuck, man.
You would think
sucks.
You would think in racing you would be normal outside of racing because you do it so much. You'd be like, okay, well, this is kind of boring. I'm not gonna like do it and injure people or whatever.
Man, unfucking lucky for real. Yeah, wow, this whole time I thought he was driving recklessly like a dickhead and just died, but no. He happened to be in the car and his dickhead best friend just murdered them both. That sucks. I have a newfound sorrow for the death of Paul Walker.
Yeah, it doesn't make the movies any better, but it definitely sucks.
True. Well, they did send a car to space in the movies. That's cool.
Yeah, Elon did that too, not in movies. So, like, okay, how
we
cool
agree
is that?
There's a hooker in the trunk, right?
Which one? The Fast and Furious movies
Elon's
or
car?
Elon? Someone's
he definitely
in there for
killed
sure.
a bitch, and he was like, "How do I dispose of this?" I know. Let's send a car to Mars.
You know who's in there? Avril Lavigne. That's her body was.
I know that shit's right. God fucking damn it, Melissa! I'm onto you, bitch. I'm staring right down the barrel of the camera. Audio listeners, I'm looking for this.
That's where Avril's body went. They shot her into space, so no one would know the crime. Yeah, Raider, what's going on?
Yeah. I ain't playing no motherfucking games about Melissa. She knows what she fucking did. We finally got Seedog on board. Let's go! True! He acknowledges Melissa. Let's go! Let's go!
I do think bitch just had a really bad case of Lyme disease and everyone was like, oh god, she's dead. Then she came back and she's like, no, I'm not dead. Hi, everyone.
But she has moles in new places. She developed new moles and lost some other ones.
You can develop new moles.
And lost the other ones.
You can get them removed. Moles pop up. Moles can grow.
I don't know.
And if they continue to grow, and I think if they bleed, you should see a doctor because it could be cancer.
Bleeding moles aren't moles. Yeah, I was going to say, wait a minute. That's
well, they start
crazy.
off as moles, and if they like develop a, what is it? If it's not cylindrical or something, if the thing, skin cancer is like, if it's like not symmetrical or something, that's like a sign of skin cancer. If it's like not, if like the mole or whatever the thing you think skin cancer is
yeah. Well, if it's like a blotchy color, that's melanoma. If it like has like asymmetry, if it has like a weird border, if it's like a fuzzy outline, that can be. If it's an oblong, well, you can have an oblong mole versus oblong carcinoma. You can have
it can
just
be
like a
benign,
mole, it's like
but
that.
you need to get it like checked out.
But specifically if it's like an asymmetrical oval is the problem in particular. Asymmetrical is kind of, or if the outline of it's like kind of blurry and fuzzy, it's got little spots around it and stuff. If the coloration is like really weird, or if it's over like a big, like over a particular size. I think it's like 7 millimeters is like anything 7 millimeters or bigger. They're like, ooh, that's definitely not a mole.
Yeah, or like if you're like growing a horn out of your ear or something, like yeah, we should get that checked out.
That actually just means you're a summoner in Final Fantasy.
Well, not the ear, the fucking the head.
Right out of the side of your head. Right out of your ear.
No, cancer.
I mean, they could be a cancer. I don't know when their birthday was, but hard to say. Yeah, 7 millimeters is quite big. It's a large area of effect. I think that's the rules. If it's over 7, it's guaranteed not benign every time. It's 100% melanoma. 7 or over.
Yeah, and if you have like
inclusive 7 or over.
And then if you have like a big lump on your back, then you just go to the Dr. Pimple Popper or whatever and get the cyst taken out, right?
If you have a big lump on your back, you have to ring the bells at Notre Dame. It's kind of the rule. And then like a blonde,
but like your shoulder blade, you have like a pimple there.
Right.
You had like a pimple there that it just kind of grew into like a cyst or something. Gotta shovel that shit out or whatever.
Yeah, those are interesting, aren't they? Because like they can just show up, cysts. They just like happen. There's not really like a rule.
A lot of times, like a pimple that you don't like take care of properly can form into one.
Maybe ingrown hairs. Have you ever seen the hairball ones where like the hair like grows like in a curve and then goes back in and it keeps growing? You have like a really long hair ball just in your back. That shit is fucking insane.
Yeah. Certain hair types in the military are given waivers to like not have to shave and adhere to the no like mustache or facial hair policy. They get like big nasty bumps or whatever because their hair like will hook
grows in.
Yeah.
That shit
will
is
cause
so
like
wild.
infections and shit. So it's better to just let them have like clean cut beards than
Well, the new Secretary of War has decided that can just go. You can just deal with your hair on your face now. The hair ingrowing. Like clean shaven or nothing, bitch.
I don't think it ends up getting. I think that dude wants to do a lot. It's not gonna happen.
No, I think it's like already happening. Currently. At the moment.
Well, there's a lot of stuff that he said during that one meeting where people were like, this is against like the law.
Yes.
Like you can't change this.
Yeah. Well, you're right about that. It's funny how many laws don't matter. Like people just be doing shit, whether it's illegal or not.
We can only hope there's a shoe somewhere ready for him. You know what I mean? Bush style. Just whack.
True.
That whack right in the head, you know?
So true, actually.
Yeah, Secretary of War. What a fucking cunt. For real. Ugh.
That's such an insane, like, term shift. Secretary of War. Like, you think it's really tight.
We're too... Secretary of Defense. You sound like a pussy.
Dudes who are, like, worried that other dudes won't perceive them as dudes makes me really annoyed.
That's just funny. It's
I'm
goofy
like,
time.
man, you're such a gigantic fucking pussy that that's a concern for you. That shit drives me insane. It's like all you have to do is not be so fucking insecure all the time, and they just like can't get on board with that. I don't know why that's so hard for people. Yeah, I mean, like motherfuckers can't just rock like motherfucking pink cat ear headphones and goddamn medium red velvet almond nails. You know what I mean? Just do what you gotta do. Wow, wow,
wow.
Same wow, queen.
Yeah, that's very funny.
Same wow, queen. Yeah, but you know, at the same time, sometimes nature just solves itself like that. You know what I mean? Sometimes motherfuckers will just be like at a college campus and then they're not. Problem handles itself. It's interesting like that. You know?
I agree.
Yeah. But at the same time, Secretary of War sounds like a rank in Helldivers.
Yeah.
It kind of does.
It's like you're fighting for freedom.
I've heard that game is like so fucking good for real.
Helldivers?
Yeah.
I enjoy Helldivers. I have a couple problems with Helldivers.
Oh, really? What's up?
Well, so it kind of goes back to our story earlier of like, you know, we were talking about updates and stuff and how we dislike or you dislike updates.
You said we. Go ahead.
Well, you dislike updates. I like updates or stuff that like builds on stuff. And they have a lot of updates that build on stuff, which is great. They do a lot and give a lot of free content away or have ways for you to farm the content in the game without having to spend money. It's a really good system. However,
sure.
I am increasingly annoyed with the amount of bugs they introduce every single patch and the amount of bugs that continuously never get fixed. And they're not bugs in the sense of like easily fixable stuff. It's whatever engine they used and how they coded the game and the net code of the game. It has been very bad since launch. I have played the game since launch.
I see.
There are unfortunately issues in the in terms of the game, which are unfortunately like systems level issues that like will unfortunately not be able to be resolved until Helldivers 3 comes out. You know what I mean?
Oh, like bad.
Like limitations where they can't do certain things with like bigger parties, but that's not even a big thing. 4 is fine for me. The issue for me is the dropping out, the net code, the desync. Those are unfortunately things that they've said like we have to deal with it. Like there's just nothing we can do at the moment.
Oh.
Just because of the engine is built on, the foundation is built on isn't great.
Oh, I see. But it's just not made to handle those things, like in general.
I guess it is made. It's just not made very well in that way. But the game is great. The guns feel great to fire. The idea of the game is great. Nothing is wrong with the game in systems and in idea and aspect. The problems I feel that every time I play that game for the months I played it and every time I jump into it afterwards, just have game-breaking bugs where the lobby will crash. Like all centered around multiplayer stuff, which the game is heavily built around multiplayer. So it's so frustrating. Right. You know, you'll drop out of a match because it'll crash. You'll get back in, you'll drop back in, and you won't get credit for some things because you weren't there when the thing died because you crashed. Or these certain things it's so frustrating, but the crashes have nothing. Like I have a computer that can basically play anything on high settings. I don't have a computer that should be struggling to play Helldivers. But it seems like Helldivers will crash randomly, and multiple people continuously have these issues. And while I understand that the game developer is a small developer under Sony or whatever, that's cool. I support them and gave them a good review. However, now looking back, I am slightly annoyed that we still haven't figured it out. Like, this seems like so far off from the game. We shouldn't be having these issues with a game that's still going on and still getting updates and new content.
When did Helldivers 2 come out? When did that shit drop?
During COVID? Maybe right after COVID? Let's see. Helldivers 2 came out 2024, last year. So very much a long time after COVID. Now, it deserves the 500,091 positive reviews. However,
500,000?
It has 500,091 reviews. It's about to be like 500,092. It's like just on the edge. So again, the game is great. I don't dislike the game. However, I find it very hard to play a game that is multiplayer in which it crashes a lot to the point where it's frustrating to stream it or to just play it with friends. It has a great, Helldivers is up there with Final Fantasy 14 for me, with like the community wise. Very nice, like embracing community that is very helpful. Like a very nice, helpful community.
I see.
Which is very rare in like the gaming scene. So yeah, I love the game, but fuck, man, it's such a headache trying to get to actually run correctly.
That's interesting because,
and apparently the recent reviews are also stating that it is increasingly getting worse as far as bugs go. So there you go.
It's getting worse with the bugs?
Yeah.
It was having some issue back in the day with like Sony accounts, right? That like made a bunch of players leave. They got kicked out of being able to play.
Yeah, they're published by Sony. So Sony enacted like a rule where people... So when you first signed up for the game, you were asked if you want to make a Sony account. But with, I think, when Spider-Man 2 came out on Steam, they required all Sony games to need a PSN account. Like, you don't have to have a PlayStation. You just need to like create the account. You like never have to log into it again. You just... It's like when you play Grounded, you have to log into your Xbox account. It's the same thing. I think people overreacted on it. The issue, though, that Xbox doesn't have is when they enacted this, all the countries where PlayStation isn't accessible, they lost access to the game. That's the problem I had with it. Was
right.
Like,
yeah.
Make people make people sign up for an account, whatever. But like, if people literally physically can't in their country, why are we blocking access for them? Like, what are we doing? Right?
Yeah, not being able to play because like you simply cannot have an account, it feels insane.
But that's not a Helldivers problem. That is a Sony problem.
Sony problem, right?
That's like the developers didn't say we don't want people playing our game, Lamau. That was some dumbass higher up at Sony made a decision. That was a dumb decision. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I think people have to separate the anger there, because people were like, fuck Helldivers 2 for this. And it's like, well, guys, hold on. Like,
yeah, fuck Sony for that is what you should be saying. Yeah.
I think since then they've like fixed everything, but
it's funny how often those like bigger decisions get blamed on the smaller subsidiary that's working on a game.
Well, because like the normies don't really understand. They just see the company's name. They see Helldivers 2, created by what studio? Created by Arrowhead Game Studios, and they say, "Oh, Arrowhead's trying to fuck us" or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
Which most of the time isn't true. It's whoever is owning them, whoever has partnered with them. Again, when you look at publisher, it's Sony PlayStation Publishing. So
yeah,
it's not them creating the rules here. They have to bend their knee to whatever Sony wants them to do.
Yeah.
I mean, just like kind of No Man's Sky, right? No Man's Sky was published and Sony gave them a lot of money to do No Man's Sky. Now, if they didn't have a Sony publishing deal, the cut and run probably would have been, we're fucking out of here, bye. But because Sony was like, yo, you need to fix your fucking game.
Oh,
and probably a little bit of goodwill from them, they were like, fine, we'll do this. And it actually ended up working out for them in the best way possible. But if Sony hadn't stepped in, I don't think we would have got that. If Sony would have been like, we're not giving you any more money, fuck you guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Could you fucking imagine if all the hate was directed to the right people all the time? In every instance? God, that'd be amazing.
It should be like that. Like, developers shouldn't get death threats because like a WoW expansion's bad. If a WoW expansion's bad, 9 times out of 10, it was probably the executives higher up that thought the decision. Because again, you look at the people who run these companies, Bobby Kotick.
Yeah.
When Blizzard wasn't owned by Microsoft, he's never been in the game space before. He doesn't play games. He doesn't give a fuck about games. One of the executives in one of the companies was like was in the candle business before he did the game.
Business? He
made a switch to gaming, and then it's ridiculous. The Ubisoft Good Toro family, I think. I can't remember Ubisoft's majority owned by like a family. I forget the name, but they're like French. And like a lot of the kids and stuff, they don't have any idea how to run a game company or whatever. They just like, fuck it, like,
sure,
we ball. We're just gonna do whatever. Right?
We ball. True.
Like one of the kids just left recently. He like left the company or whatever to do something else. But like I think when you have people in an industry that like aren't have never been a part of the industry, if you have like Bobby Kotick, he leaves that company to go run like a grocery store chain. How do you expect that grocery store chain to do good under Bobby Kotick, who knows nothing about grocery? You know what I mean? Who knows nothing about food? You know what I mean? So I think that's the major problem. And I'm kind of happy why I think just last week or this week, EA accepted the $55 billion deal to go private. So that's on the right path of like getting the right people in charge and not having to worry about like a board of people who might not be gamers or know anything about gaming to like finally put effort into games again and not have to worry about like, oh, is the board going to be happy at the end of the fiscal year? Who knows? You know what I mean?
So frustrating. Yeah.
So long-winded answer or whatever, but I do think getting the right people in the right roles, like people who love games, being CEOs of game companies is probably a good thing that needs to happen. Like more of that.
Well, yes.
Like I think a good example, Larian Studios, for example. Like they don't want investment from other companies. They don't want to be bought out. They don't want to be a subsidiary. They want to make good games. And they take their knowledge base of the games they know how to make and they roll those into, Baldur's Gate 3. They roll those into whatever they're doing next. They're going to take what they learned with Baldur's Gate and the Divinity series, and they're making either a new property or maybe another Divinity game. But they're going to take that system that they know that they're perfect at doing, and they're going to roll that into another game. Whereas,
right.
Whereas like EA looks at the creator of like a Dragon Dead Space or whatever. What's that company within EA that made Mass Effect or whatever? What was that company's name?
I don't know, but I know Mass Effect. I don't know the company's name.
Although, at the top of my head, I can't think of it. Mass Effect.
Wizards of the Coast CEO wanting to add microtransactions to D&D is so fucking funny.
Yeah, fuck him for that.
Jesus.
What is the name of the studio?
Yeah, I don't know enough about Mass Effect. I don't know who.
It's like a big old, like long time studio.
I only know the game in passing.
BioWare. So like it's like BioWare being known for doing really good multiple choice RPGs, right? You take BioWare that does that, and you're a guy who's not from the gaming industry. You're like, can't you guys just do a live service game? Just do a live service game. Who cares? You guys can do it. Well, no, they can't. You can't take a team. It's like if you take Larian Studios and you tell them, okay, make an MMO. Their specialty isn't in MMOs. If you take the SimCity Fraxis team and you say, go make a live service shooter, they don't know how to make that. They're not live service shooter. They're not a live service studio shooter. So
yeah. That's just not something they have the...
Yeah, and we see these old companies, they're failing because they're going into these different genres they know nothing about, and whether they think it's a good idea or not, they're doing it anyway, and they're failing miserably. Like the Arkham Knight studio, they did all the Arkham Knight games, then they go and try to do a live service Suicide Squad game. Like it's gonna fail, brother. Like they're not a live service team. Make a good Suicide Squad game building off the Arkham Knight logic and the Arkham Knight infrastructure, right? Make a beautiful looking game that will sell millions of copies because it's a good fucking game, not a live service game that is now dead or will be dying at the end of this year or next year. Like they've already said, yeah, fuck it, we're done. I think it's like $1 right now on like Steam at the moment because it's just like it's going away. It's
damn. They just openly said like fuck all that shit, eh?
Yeah.
That's great. Does it say that on the Steam store?
No, but the company's talked about it. Suicide Squad will end. Oh, support for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League officially ended in January 2025.
Oh, wow.
So they've already killed the servers and everything. It's a dead game. But you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. It's like they make these games and they tell these companies to make a game and they have no idea how to make it. And they're like, you guys will figure it out, Lamau. You guys will do good.
I love that it's still for sale right now.
Yeah.
Even though it's like, you already can't play it?
You can't play it online like it was meant to be. They added an offline mode so you could play single player and not play the experience.
I see.
They turned the servers off. It's not being supported anymore.
Well, that's cool of them to add a one-player mode.
To a shit game, it should have just killed it. Should have taken it out back with like, BioWare's one. Just shoot it. Just shoot it in the face. I'm sure there
was like a dude or two that really was like excited,
Yeah, maybe.
How fun.
Yeah.
Well, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a shame when they do that because like the expertise of a studio really is like genre specific, and I think people don't like have the grasp of that on a managerial level, on like a corporate operational level. They just like, oh, you guys make games, right? Fuck it. Like, well, it's maybe a little more nuanced than that there, Chief. And they just don't have like the framework to make that kind of decision.
And did you see the interview? So it was when Microsoft bought one of their small studios, or I don't think it was a small studio at the time, but they bought to make a satellite studio. And it was being filmed. He's filming, talking to the devs from the dev team they just bought. And they're going, the devs are worried because they used to have game jams where like they would come up with game demos and stuff for like ideas for projects for new games. And Microsoft was like, yo, we own those ideas. And the woman speaks up and she's like, hey, why would I want to give you a cool demo for a game that I'm thinking of if I show you now you own it and I can't use it and it's not mine anymore? And the guy goes, well, why is it fair for us to have you work on this thing during work time and us not own it? How do you think we feel about that? And this is all being recorded as this very like, this supposed to be this cool, like, hey guys, like we're here for you. We're big Xbox is like here for you. You can see this on YouTube. It's still there. It's like a faux documentary or whatever. But You could just see her face in the sea of reactions that are just like, fuck this guy, fuck this company, we're out of here. And like, that's what happens. You have these people who have possibly good ideas, but they're like, why would I give it to you? Why would I game jam this with you whenever you own it now, Lamau? No. So like stuff like that also happens. Where then they're just churning through good people. Like, I'm sure she was good at what she did, whatever it was. And now, you know, bam, gone, because she's like, why the fuck would I want to work under Microsoft? Yuck, get out of here. Right?
Yeah. Well, I can't really blame her for that either. I mean, she's like right or whatever. Right? I mean, we're on her side, right?
Oh, yeah, that's what I was saying. For sure.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, like audio listeners, like we're on her side, right? Everybody.
But I'm saying like the idea that like people don't want to make good games, I don't think that's true. I think it's the companies don't allow these companies to make what they're good at. And then that becomes like a live action Dragon's Quest game. That was never going to be good because they've never worked on a live action game before, or a live service game. I'm sorry. So it's like, bro, just the Dragon Age game, just make it a good fucking RPG like they know how to make. Don't, you know, what are we doing? Right. So.
Yeah.
That was that game Skate was talking about in movie night.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't know. It seems like the executives are to blame always and forever. Not
every
always,
time.
But
no, every time. They suck.
Yeah. Well, there was that one indie developer that tried to make that Golem game, which was very bad. You don't remember the Golem game? It was I think like a Norwegian company that got a grant to make a Lord of the Rings Golem game, and it was fucking awful.
Gollum. Yeah, I think Golem, the Pokemon. Oh,
Golem,
what
same
the
thing.
Fuck?
Whatever.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I did hear about that actually. Okay, well, sometimes indie devs fuck up. Sometimes they fuck up.
Have you played the new Pokemon game yet? Just round off the conversation with a little Poke talk, since I know our buddy Basuda's been playing. We have some other people playing.
I would like to. I haven't. Let me walk that back. I feel like at the moment I want to play it.
Okay.
I have some reservations that are preventing me from wanting to spend that full dollar value on it.
Well, lucky for you, to I'm sure Xbox or to Nintendo's
complete
ass falling out. A day before the launch, it did get pirated and put on for free on emulators everywhere. It did.
Yeah,
that is funny. You could just play it for free. Lamau, wink, wink. You know what I mean?
Switch emulators are kind of dicey, though, eh? They're a little bit tough to set up. Yeah, because you have to because as far as I understand, you have to dump your own your BIOS from your Switch. You can only do it with a BIOS that's like jailbroken.
Oh, I don't know. I've seen people play that one Link game at like 200 frames per second, and that looked really good.
Yeah. You have to
a lot of
jailbreak your Switch for that.
Does it have to be your specific? Like, can't you just get a jailbroken BIOS from like somewhere else?
My understanding is that you can't, and I don't know why. I'm not sure why that would be, but if you look up like the tutorials for setting up a Switch emulator, they're almost always like step 1, jailbreak your Switch. I don't know why that is. You mean Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, I guess, but yeah,
whatever the newest one was or whatever. I think
newest one was Breath of the Tears of the Kingdom with the building system. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, there are no current emulators for Switch 2. I wonder why.
You can't just do it. There's like an internal thing where you have no choice but to just like jailbreak your Switch in the first place.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
So you're saying off-brand Pokemon not on the radar, waiting for mainline.
There's I think there's some very dumb mouth breather complaints about that game that I don't get behind. Like, oh, well, but the balconies are flat. Like, fuck off, you idiot. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. But
yeah, so are the trees and everything else in the world. Like, what the fuck's the problem?
yeah, for real. That's what I'm goddamn saying.
Yeah.
Like the art direction of Pokemon has never been a complaint for me. I like the art direction of Pokemon. That shit's fine. I don't care if there's I don't care if there's geometry to the fucking balconies or not. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, Pokemon to me has always been like a step up from Roblox, and that's okay. Like you know what I mean? Like I'm not pressed about the graphical quality and fidelity of a Pokemon game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, yeah, that's never really been my situation. My frustration is that, and this kind of like goes into what we were talking about before about how like I think that changes are fine in spin-offs, but if you lose the identity of what your franchise even is, that's a problem. And this is a spin-off, which, like, okay, I'm trying to be a little more generous, but the combat in that game, if I'm understanding what I'm looking at, is horrendous. It looks very bad.
I don't know. I've lurked in Basuda's stream, but not enough to like. I'm not obviously paying attention to the game when he's playing because I'm not really interested in it. I'm just talking to him or whatever. So I'm not
you know how like Pokemon is like you have 4 moves and it's a turn-based whatever. Fine, cool. You may not know Pokemon Legends Arceus. As I get to see you, welcome in. What's up, homie? How are you? Hope you're good, doing well, taking care of yourself. As you might be familiar, or might not be, Pokemon Legends Arceus, the first spin-off in this line of games, lets you free catch Pokemon outside of combat. You can just start hucking balls and catch them.
I did know enough. Yeah, I know enough about that.
But the combat's still turn-based. You still, like, you could walk into a Pokemon and start a turn-based battle and battle it. Cool. Right. So the combat in this one is free roam combat, like action game shit, but you don't control the Pokemon. You control your trainer, and the Pokemon like follows you, like Pikmin. But then you issue them commands from behind you. So like you can like get out of the way of attacks, like you just walk out of the way of Fire Blast and shit. But like with a delay, like Pikmin. Because you're not controlling the Pokemon, you're relying on it to follow you away from the attack you want to dodge or whatever.
So you're playing like a weird game of Snake.
Yeah. Yes. And that
I don't like
looks it looks really not good.
And let me understand the idea behind Arceus, the Arceus franchise or whatever, the off-brand franchise.
The Pokemon Legends, yeah.
Legends franchise. This is supposed to be an offshoot, but also they kind of test new mechanics that might be going into mainline games with these games are like kind of beta test games.
I don't think so. I think they're just a spin-off. They're like Pokemon Ranger and shit. They're just, it's just a spin-off, as far as I know.
Yeah, that sounds terrible to me.
And like I fuck with Pokemon spin-offs sometimes, you know. I like Pokemon Stadium and Troze and like Puzzle League or whatever.
Stadium, yeah, same.
Snap was okay. Yeah, I don't hate Snap.
Pokemon Home, you know, with the little Pikachu buying stuff. Famously my favorite
Pokemon Channel,
my favorite
home different thing.
Sure. But Pokemon Channel, one of my favorite games to load up on the old cube.
So like, you know, I'm here for spin-offs, but yeah, the combat in this looks unplayable. Unless there's a way to directly control the Pokemon itself and not the trainer, and then I'm in.
So immediately what's the idea of this Legends game? What's the
what do you mean?
What are we doing? Like, what's the doing part of this game?
Oh, I see.
We're a trainer.
So
what's the deal?
So the Pokemon Legends franchise is pretty new. Obviously, there's only 2 games, and this is the second one. So to say there's like a connecting through thread is maybe a little
specifically just this game that came out. Yeah, but, specifically not like the whole short franchise, but I'm talking like this game that came out. What is different that makes it different from a mainline Pokemon game? Like, what are we doing?
So as you're familiar, mainline Pokemon has traditionally been like the 8 gyms Elite Four. You know that part.
Yeah, you get
and
a
then
starter,
recently,
you get all the gems, blah blah blah, Elite Four.
yeah, and then
Catch the legendary.
recently, they tried to shake that up a little bit, but like not that much,
Sure.
but like a little bit.
But yeah, because the one in Hawaii had like dojos or whatever. It was like different. And they weren't really called gyms. They were something else.
They were like island challenges where you had to like earn the favor of the Poke Gods or whatever it was, and then like it's like, yeah, it's like fine. I don't hate that. And then Scarlet Violet, the Switch ones had like 5 like totem bosses you had to beat, and then you gain special exploration powers, like you can climb walls and shit if you like beat the like totem bosses, and that was kind of fun. That was fine. So like that was like one of the main story things, was like the route A is the gyms and Elite Four, route B is like the totem guys.
Sure.
This game, you are revisiting the main city from Pokemon X and Y on the 3DS, Lumio City, and you are on an urban development team, and you're like trying to like engage in beautification and urban development for Lumio City. So you're like developing like park grounds and like inviting businesses or whatever. And then the subplot of that is that, not subplot, but like the sub mechanic of that is that there's a day and night system where during the daytime it's like urban development city shit, and at nighttime the city is like bustling with underground cockfighting rings, and you have to like level up in the cockfighting rings.
Not the cocks.
It's the cocks. Yeah.
Not the cocks.
Yeah, there's like an underground battle ring that's nighttime only to evade the cops or something, and you have to like rank up in that to like face the owner to like get them to shut down the battle ring or whatever it is. I might not be understanding that precisely because I've never like,
bad guys have to be dealt with normal kind of every game type.
I don't know what the grander motivation of that plot is. Like at the end, I don't know what, like if you're trying to dismantle it or just like run it ethically or whatever.
Sure.
But
ethical bad guys. Sure.
Yeah. So yeah, it's half urban development and half
And when we say urban development, are we actively developing?
I don't know. I couldn't say. I don't know enough about the game. I know that that's like the goal that they really push in every trailer is urban development program. I think you probably don't change too much about the city.
You're probably working for a company trying to change the city.
You're like part of a team that all have like individual roles in urban development. And I know that there is I know that there are like parts of the city that have no Pokemon. It's like the developed area, and then there's like nature reserve parts, like the park where you like actually catch shit.
Sure.
So I think the idea is that your role on the urban development team is like to collect and study Pokemon and like run the nature part, run the like Pokemon interactive park areas ? Or something like that. So you're kind of a park ranger, but not.
I'm gonna be honest. Doesn't seem like a winner to me. I mean, again, that's coming from someone who's not a Pokemon fan per se, but I guess not a Pokemon diehard, but a fan of like the general series, having played some of the games. I guess. Sure. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, my only concern is the gameplay. I don't give a fuck about any of the other bullshit. They could tell me I was supposed to be like, I make sandwiches for a living. I don't give a shit about that. But like, when they tell me, hey, it's walk around delayed combat where you have to hope Totodile follows you closely, that sounds bad. But who knows? Maybe I look into it and actually you can control the Pokemon directly and then it's fine. But like playing with that like weird follow Pikmin delay, that sounds really unbearable.
Well, I was burned off Let's Go Eevee, Let's Go Pikachu. I fucking hated and despised that game.
Well, same.
That's serious.
But
and after that, I was kind of like, if there's not a mainline game that has any interesting things that I like feel like I have to buy to like catch them or whatever.
That's not a mainline game anyway.
And again, like I'm not a well, yeah, I know it's not, but I'm saying what I'm saying is if it's not a mainline game, meaning I'm not gonna buy an offshoot.
Oh, yeah, I see.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And well, this is definitely that. Yeah, this is a spinoff for sure.
if I'm going to buy an offshoot Pokemon game, it's going to be something that's has to have some type of bite, has to have some type of interest to me. And that like Pokemon Minecraft thing they're doing, no interest. This Arceus thing, no interest.
That's
and then
more
also
Animal
like
Crossing, but yeah.
Well, Animal Crossing mixed with Minecraft, whatever. Yeah, no interest. And then plus I'd have to get like a Switch too, and I'm not interested in like. I think I'm good on consoles. You know what I mean? I think Nintendo doesn't have anything that I am worried about playing ever. I don't think I'm not a Mario guy. Didn't even grow up with like a 64 to like the PS2 era, and I got one from eBay that my mom got me. So like even then, I wasn't even in the like weeds with all that.
Right.
Not a Mario guy, not a Yoshi guy, not a fucking Metroid dude. I like Pikmin, but like even the Pikmin games, there's nothing substantial there that I haven't done before that would make me go, man, I really need to play this new Pikmin game coming out soon. Like it's just kind of whatever at this point. And maybe that's just like the way Nintendo games seem to be produced or something. I don't know what it is. I just again, really love Pikmin 1, 2, and 3. Love the series. Like, probably, I'm weird for this, but it's probably my favorite series Nintendo has. I'm not a Mario guy,
odd, but
not a Pokemon dude. I'm really not, but like the Pikmin thing's interesting. The little army of little plant dudes that you like fling on people to kill them and like you're like trying to rebuild your rocket or whatever in some games. Cool. That's tight for me. But like everything else after like Emerald, I guess, after Emerald for Pokemon, it's just not whatever, just kind of.
Well, I mean, Emerald was pretty bad, but I hear you though, yeah.
Well, that's just kind of when I
don't blame you for stopping at that point because that shit was not good.
Yeah, I kind of just like pieced out,
Yeah, no. Gen 3, a lot of people like Gen 3, but the people that like Gen 3 were like 9 when it came out. You know what I mean? It's like their first Pokemon thing, so they like look at it nostalgically or whatever. But like, if you started with like 6, 7, 8, 9, you're not going back to 3. And if you started with 1 and 2, you don't like 3 that much either.
And also
3 is just not that good.
I'm not really a collector. I was never really huge into Pokemon cards. I played Yu-Gi-Oh, but I was never like a big head about it. You know what I mean? Like I thought the structure decks were cool, and like I would get one for my birthday or something. But like I was like buying packs and ripping packs and stuff, but it wasn't like in a collector capacity. It was just like a cool, ooh, what can I put in my deck that I'm building to like play with my friends after school kind of beat. You know what I mean? Like it was never too serious for me. And I've never really been a big collector. I mean, I collect some things, but I don't have like, you're not going to come in my room and see a huge collection of like, I don't have a wall of Evangelion stuff. I have enough for like a shelf that look cool, and I've pieced together collections because I think they're neat. But like, you're not going to see like, a huge collection of stuff from me personally.
Sure.
I was not that guy.
Sure.
Not a things guy.
Yeah, the Pokemon thing with the building, like you design the environment or whatever. I kind of fuck with that. But I wish it was more Minecrafty. Unfortunately, there's no Minecraft element at all. It's just Animal Crossing. I don't know if you're familiar with modern Animal Crossing, but you can like design the island. Like you can like raise.
I played Animal Crossing during COVID.
Yeah. It's that system. It's
I
not
had my island. I did little turnip stonks.
Oh no, I mean the Switch one.
Yeah, the Switch one had turnips. You traded them. Yeah,
that's funny. I thought those went away on the 3DS, but I'm here for that. But yeah. But that like island designer mode where you can like raise ramps and like make streams and shit. That's it. That's all that the Pokemon one has. You can't like free build. You're not like, oh, I have like 3 grass blocks and I'm gonna go find some cobblestone and blah get crazy. Unfortunately, it ain't that. If it was, I would buy that right now. I'd be on that shit 24 hours a day. That'd be tight. But yeah, no. It's just
I guess
put
I don't know
Nintendo
Nintendo's
wall or whatever
right now. Maybe Switch 3 will come out and like have some cool stuff, but Right now, I'm not seeing anything.
Itch 3.
I'm not seeing anything interesting that like has, there's nothing on an Xbox, a PlayStation, or a Switch where I'm going, man, I need that. You know what I mean? It's just not speaking to me right now. Like, I'm not hating on people who love like the new Donkey Kong game or something. Like, hey, if that's your thing, hell yeah, dude. But I'm just,
my only must buy is Prime 4, Metroid Prime 4.
yeah,
That's the only one I'm really like ride or die for. And frankly, I don't think it's gonna be good. So that's frustrating. But that's a whole other situation. that's a whole other problem.
yeah.
But yeah, Legends Arceus was fine. I like that game a lot. If ZA has like a way to bypass that like follow around combat mechanic, I'm so in. Like I'm fucking sold. But as long as it's like the follow combat, holy shit, that looks bad.
Yeah.
Because and also your character has a different movement speed than your Pokemon. You know what I mean? Like so like when you're walking around, if your like partner Pokemon is like fast, they'll follow you very closely. But if your partner Pokemon Snorlax, it doesn't follow you that fast. Right.
Yeah, that seems dumb.
Yeah, so that's tough. I do think it's funny, however, that you can sucker punch motherfuckers in that game. If there is a trainer battle, you can sneak up behind him and attack before the battle starts. You can be like, yo, motherfucker, Battle City rules. You shouldn't have showed up. Wrong neighborhood, bitch. That's very funny. That's hilarious.
I always thought you should have been able to do that in Pokemon too. You get to jump on somebody and you get to go first. Fuck them. You know what I mean? You get prio. That's your priority role. You fucking get to jump on somebody. You do a TM smash boulder, go around the other way, and get to jump.
You get prio.
You go first. Sure,
what sense would that make? You have to both agree to battle and throw out your little Pokemon at the same time.
Well, no, we didn't agree. I fucking jumped at their ass, and they had to throw a Pokemon out to fucking protect themselves against me. I went first,
yeah,
motherfucker.
but you can't hit the dude.
Sure, crazy. I can't. Fuck them. I'm not only dazing and getting your Pokemon back in those Pokeballs. I'm beating your ass and taking your Pokemon and leaving you in the river, dude.
Jesus, he said, "I am Team Rocket, baby."
It's Battle City rules. I'm taking your Pokemon after I win, bitch.
Oh my god. I did say Battle City. My fault. That's crazy.
I'm fucking in there, dude.
Holy.
I'm like, our Pokemon are fighting. I'm punching your gut and shit, beating your ass.
Grand Theft Pokemon over here. Yeah, battling for pink slips and shit. That's crazy.
Yeah.
God damn.
Oh, you're only going to give me 50 GP? How about that fucking 75 GP in your pocket? Yoink.
Holy.
Yeah,
yeah, so that's very funny. Like you could like see a guy standing there with like a hair across and they're like looking the other way and you're like, Fire Blast, baby. You just like light them up in an alley. That's a very funny mechanic. So I do love that they added that. And it stuns them. So you like get to keep fighting because it's real-time combat now. So you're just like, wow, you're missing opportunities, bitch.
Yeah, should have been fucking looking the other way, dumbass, you know?
Yeah, so that's very, very funny. But yeah, you really can just like move out of the way. Like some attacks are really strong but really slow, and when they start like, Hyper Beam or whatever, you just walk behind them and they miss.
Someone in the office thought it was a good idea for some reason. Fuck it.
Yeah. Very fucking bizarre, very strange situation. And you can switch Pokemon to dodge attacks, which I think is fascinating. Like if they're gonna Fire Blast your ass, you'd be like, "Come back, go next one," and then like the thing just like whiffs because you like recalled your bud.
Oh, sure. I mean, hey,
that's kind of fun.
Yeah, Power World.
So yeah, so Pokemon Battle. Yeah, it's exactly like that.
Yeah.
So like very, very strange that's like. I guess it is kind of similar to Pal World, actually, now that you say it. Except instead of like helping your pal fight with a gun, you're not doing that.
Yeah, I didn't get annoyed with Power World's combat, but I imagine if I didn't have anything to do and all I could do is run around and do nothing, then yeah, I would probably be annoyed too. You know what I mean?
Well, you have to issue the commands. You're still hitting tackle.
But like, sure, but I'm not like doing shit. I'm not like, tackle. Okay, well, what else am I doing now? Like, fuck. Let me fucking get in there. Let me fucking pull my Glock out. Let me pull my Glock out and start fucking winning some matches here.
Jesus.
Piling up the bodies, bro. I
Get
don't
out the
know.
fucking rocket launcher. Like, that's a nice Charmander, bitch. Next thing you know, you hear
in
the
the
fucking
neighborhood, motherfucker. You knew the rules.
Oh no. Yeah, so that's that whole situation. I don't know what the fuck that is. Wouldn't it be funny if they just made this game to like be like, "Oh, you want to copy our shit? Hey, Pal World, you want to copy our shit? Well, what if we copy your shit, bitch?"
And Power World's like, we're so bored.
Concept.
Add some guns in.
That's so fucking funny.
Or at least a taser or something. Fuck, some non-lethal.
World, oh my, tasers are pretty dangerous.
Some less lethal options.
Less lethal. Yeah, there's unlike Pal World though, like Pal World, you like your little guy just kind of does whatever he wants. You know, it's like freestyling.
Yeah, they have moves, but the AI will do the moves for you. You don't control.
Well, I just mean their movement. Like they're walking. This shit,
sure, yeah.
They like hug your back. They're like, oh, I have to follow trainer.
Yeah.
So
well, I was just saying, like Power World, they have like 4 or 5 moves too that you can switch out with like different stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, 3 at a time and out of a list of like however many you want.
They do follow the Power World AI is better combat wise, I think. Is in the sense of like the fights they do seem to cycle through abilities and not just stand and pals will
they
dodge.
Just pop them on cooldown.
Well, yeah, but like they're at least doing that and not like fireball, fireball, fireball. That's it. You know what I mean? They are cycling those mechanics.
I wish you could just pick one from the spam if I'm honest. I'm tired of them using type inefficient shit. Like, let me disable some attacks for a particular combat, you know what I mean? Let me turn some shit off. If I have an electric move and a fire move, and that shit resists electric, don't use the electric one then. Just use the fire one. That's fucking crazy. But, like, you gotta, like, preemptively, like, switch your shit to the right element, I guess, like, beforehand. Which is fine for the tower battles, but kind of annoying in the open world, but... that's neither here nor there.
I just always keep a balance of... I keep my Power World stack like I keep my Borderlands stack. A little bit of everything in the tool belt.
Yeah.
Everybody, any situation I find myself in, I have an element to counteract it. That I'm like sure that Pal can do it.
Yeah, you do have like what, team of 6, 3 moves, like 18 moves to keep.
Well, then
the
you
belt.
also have you too, so it's really like 7 because you're still also in the fight.
And then your weapons are always better than your pal's attacks every time. Insane.
Not all the time. You can have some shitty weapons if you haven't like haven't got lucky with drops. You can have. Well, I mean, like at the end of the
game or whatever. Into the game, like you're just beating it breaks off of every fucking pal with a rocket launcher, just one shotting everything.
Oh yeah, but the rocket launcher's so tough. Like to keep up I would just rather just make ammo and use the guns, I think.
Oh, you're a little gun guy.
I was playing before the rocket launcher was added, so I mean maybe it is they've nerfed like how much it like costs to create the ammo and whatnot for the rocket launcher, but I feel like the guns are just cheaper. Or you're able to farm. Yeah.
They're definitely cheaper. But you can farm everything though. Like there's nothing that's not efficiently farmable, I don't think.
Yeah, I know that. I'm not saying that. I'm just meaning like time wise, I don't want to be waiting, fucking forever to like be able to make like 100 rounds of rocket ammo to go fuck something.
It does take a hot minute. Yeah.
I'd rather just load up on a main and a primary gun and a offhand gun or whatever, just to have on hand and go fucking beat something up.
Damn, we beating ass, huh?
Yeah.
Now, me on the other hand, Terraria weapons, baby.
Terraria weapons.
Baby.
Yeah.
Collab weapons. But you probably gotta balance it.
They're pretty good.
They're alright, yeah. Yeah. There's a tight gun. There's some like magic stuff. There's one that's like a big They put in that like sword from Terraria that shoots Nyan cats, and they like meow when it bounces on stuff.
Sure.
Yeah, that shit's popping.
Yeah, I probably do have to start heading out. Maybe do a little quick post show, then kind of bounce.
Yeah. We know you have obligations today. You're a busy guy today.
Yeah. It's not gonna take long, but I just have to like time that
time
shit
specific.
Correctly.
Yeah. Time specific.
Not
hell yeah, brother.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. How does a group, how does a company, how does a battalion of men, how do you end a podcast?
I
How
think you
does
have to
one do
invest
that?
really heavily in like shit coins and then just like
Sure.
right to the ground. That's usually how it.
Sure. Write your
It's Shiba Inu coin all the way.
Sure. Yeah.
Safe Moon.
That one thing that Jake Paul did, that Pokemon thing, that Pokemon NFT, Jake Paul,
The
they got
egg
it
game.
fully invest in that.
Zoonimals or whatever it was.
Yeah. True.
Yeah. That's how you win pretty much anything.
Well, invest in the Bitcoin, and we'll see you guys
tomorrow.
Just
Bitcoin. That's oh my god! Wait, imagine if it was tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow the Bitcoin's coming out, and it's not Bitcoin; it's the Bitcoin.
I didn't realize we were hard launching that already. That's crazy.
The Bitcoin, the shitcoin, the Bitcoin, if you could imagine.
The Bitcoin. Make me rich, baby. I'll go to the moon. You guys stay here. I'm going to the moon.
Everyone in this podcast right now, you get 10 NFTs for fucking $7,000. That's a 400% investment in the Bitcoin.
That's crazy.
Yeah, go to this link below for more information.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't end it. I just we kept going, and
Yeah.
It's awkward.
Well, that's fine.
Well, it's been a string of awkward endings.
Sometimes you just gotta. Later.